It's in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs. What kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forrester Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available.
Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro?
David, remember the reason why we don't need a license because remember the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forrester Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forrester crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening, but where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forrester Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless. Looks like I was muted. So let me do a mic check real quick. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? I want to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Give me one or two people in the chat that tell me, yes, you guys can hear me. And again, my name is Derek Forston. Welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. My job, my family now is to go all over the world to explain to people what is this shared housing concept that we're always talking about? What is shared living? What is an independent living facility? So my family and I, many years ago, we trademarked independent living facility, and that is just simply an environment for adults, right? An environment for adults that are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So I'll admit, guys, it's a fancy way for us to say that we rent rooms to people. We rent by the bed. So a lot of you guys have heard of group homes or ALFs or IDD or APD. It's all kind of different housing models. Most of those require a license, right? And there has to be state oversight. And most of the time you have to hire staff and get permission from your state. But with this ILF model, God showed me a vision many years ago of a lady that was literally living my dream, doing this very model that I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight. The only difference between us here and that lady, Miss Malone, that lady did it in rats and roaches. So I literally saw a lady make 41 grand a month, y'all, mistreating people through real estate. So me, I always was asking God, God, change my life. God, can you help me change my life? God, change my life financially. God, I want to be involved in real estate. And to make a long story short, I tell a lot of people, man, everything I asked God for, he kind of gave it to me and I didn't realize it. So he used my wife to trick me to go to college and get a degree, right? And he used that lady to show me the possibilities of real estate and helping people, right? I always wanted to help people. My wife tricked me to go to school and I became a social worker. So that was kind of my route. I'm not asking for you guys to go to college. You guys can join me here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, and I give y'all the game right here. Because just like my shirt said, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you in the right place. As most of you guys know, we walk around branded most of the time. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the absolute right place, because this is where you kind of merge it all together, right? And I'm kind of excited because we've been teaching this probably over, man, I quit my job in 2019 to do this full time, many years now, right? But now we're on the side of how can we still do this, but probably in a much more affordable way. And I've taught this to people that have bought a mobile home to do this, but the mobile home always sat on its own land. So we get a question all the time. Well, Derek, can we do this in a mobile home? Yeah, if it sit on its own land. I've never given somebody the advice to go try to do this in a mobile home park. Oh, but now things are different now. So we're now starting to build relationships with park managers, park owners. Tia, I got that text from you. That is so funny and exciting at the same time, y'all. Tia, if you allow me to say what you sent me, I'll say it here live. If not, me and you can laugh about that individually. But Tia sent me a text that's very motivating. But again, if you're completely new to us, again, all this is, you're going to hear me do a lot of talking today, right? But all this is the love of God and social services and real estate all mixed into one. And I'll say that again really slowly. All this is if social services, because we're helping the poor, the needy, the displaced, they just happen to have a guaranteed income, right? So again, we love God, we love people, we love real estate, and all this is social services, the love of God, and real estate all mixed into one. And because we're serving individuals that are completely independent, that can cook their own bologna sandwich, that can provide their own transportation through Uber or Lyft or their insurance company, right? And because they can, again, cook their own food and take their own medications. Miss Maxwell, I'm not asking you to be a nurse. Now, some of y'all are just lucky enough when y'all find us, you're already a nurse. Some of you guys are LPNs, and that kind of helps in your pitch. So all my nurses, I teach all a different talk game than the regular rest of us that me, Tiffany, and Tia come from. Because none of us are like nurses or in the medical field per se. But when people come to me and you're already a nurse, I make your spiel sound a lot better than most of us because you already come as a trusted entity. Make sense? Right? But naturally, just like my shirt said, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the absolute way to mix those together. We're just excited now that we're doing it now inside of the mobile home parks. I also gave some homework on Saturday. It would delight me if I had 2 or 3 people to say, yep, Derek, I did exactly what you did. Derek, I went on Facebook Marketplace. I met and spoke to people. And Derek, I'm already building relationships. Because I'm going to show y'all, like, I hit up probably 60 people individually on Facebook Marketplace. I went crazy with it. And just asking people, because again, I'm not afraid to tell you guys, this mobile home thing, it's kind of new to me. So I'm in the beginning phases of it, just like you are. How exciting that we can all get in this almost at the same time, unless you're already in it and you didn't tell me. So Miss Maxwell, if you're already in it, you and Miss K Malone, if y'all already in it and y'all didn't tell us, ooh, shame on y'all. Because we've been doing this model for over 8 years now, housing the homeless, the displaced, the regular Joe that's got a job, the military veteran, the elderly adult, in a shared living environment. But now with this whole mobile home thing, guys, our job now is to take this thing from just kind of an idea to implementation. So again, in case if you just joined us, an ILF is just a fancy way to say a shared living environment. We trademarked it here at our family, but that just stands for independent living facility. That just means that I'm renting by the bed and I don't need a license or state oversight to do it. And as I said, we coined the phrase and we talked about it for a while, but my wife was smart enough to say, Derek, you know what? We should trademark this thing. So if you go to the USPTO, patent and all that good stuff, you will see under independent living facility, my wife and I's name. We're super proud of that. Here is me as that social worker begging God to change my life. God, I want to do good financially. God, I want to help people. Dummy me, Miss K, God gave me everything I asked for because I was a social worker. And he showed me a lady that was mistreating people through real estate. As bad as I wanted to get in real estate like most of y'all, we just found out now maybe the mobile home model is more affordable than you going to buy a brick and mortar house. Lord have mercy. That's going to be the cheat code for somebody, Tiffany. So for all of these years I've been teaching this, I never told y'all to go try this in the mobile home parks. And I'm going to give y'all the cheat code again really quickly, just like I told you Saturday. Tiffany, the only difference, and really, Tiffany, there's almost no difference in between me going to find a homeowner and convincing him to rent me the house, or to me driving to a mobile home park and convincing the park manager to give me permission to do this. On Saturday, I told you guys a new phrase that I just came up with as I was talking. Forget the price, Tiffany. We need permission. Because if I get permission inside of one of these parks, man, forget about the price. I'm going to show y'all text messages today from people where you can get them for really low. You can get them for free. You can fix and flip them. But watch this. I'm going to tell you real early in this game too. Most mobile home parks want you to live in it. They don't want you to buy it and rent it to other people. They don't want you to fix and flip it. So hear me clearly on the side of, yes, we're talking about shared housing and mobile homes, but most mobile home parks, guys, and I got the text messages to prove it, Tiffany, they don't want me going in there renting and going to find my own renter. They do their own thing, 55 and up. A lot of those parks exist, but I taught y'all Saturday that we're looking for the ones that say all age parks or adult communities. When you drive through that park and you see them older people in the golf carts, that's going to be a harder pitch in there. But when you drive through these communities and you see the 8-year-old and the 15-year-old and the young cats hanging out and riding bicycles, that's where we're trying to be, because now there's no age restriction. 2 of y'all type in the chat, that makes sense. But just so that you guys know, and even at the beginning of your research of this, by trying to get into these mobile homes, again, please know that most mobile homes don't want you to rent it out. That's not their game. But guess what? Tiffany, they're just like a lot of these homeowners that don't want us to rent their house to do the shared living. So you got to find them. And sometimes it can be a needle in a haystack. But guys, I got the proof today that I'm going to show y'all on screen of me talking to people, building relationships, and how this works. But again, this means that social worker K trying to get my life together. And God allowed me to see this right here. And Lord have mercy, it broke my heart, Miss Maxwell. Because that same lady that I told you that was making 41 grand a month, this is how she was housing people. You see that burnt up kitchen? You see the beds on the floor? The client sleeping in front of the kitchen stove paying $750 as roaches are running in and out of that bottom drawer. Y'all know that bottom drawer that sits at the bottom of your stove that most of y'all got y'all cornbread, cake pans, and all that stuff in it, the one you break your brownies in. As roaches are running in and out of that, that's where that lady was sleeping, y'all, for $750. And most of y'all have never heard me tell this story, but guess who sent her to that rat roach-infested place? Me, Mr. Social Worker. But y'all, I didn't know it. I was a social worker sitting behind a desk, just like I am now with a computer, just like I am now with a notepad of names full of it, of programs, of people that are in the city of where I worked at. And it wasn't many names on there. That's why I tell you guys to get out there and promote like crazy. If we don't know you exist, Katara, how do we know to call you for all my military veterans? Does that make sense, everybody? We are not going to make the kind of money that I'm talking about and put people on cinder blocks. Again, why is this guy fan on a banana box, Miss Maxwell? Can you see how they put the beds on the floor? And this is the same lady that will walk into my hospital with her red bottom shoes, the best weave that money could buy, perfume that'll light a room up. And one thing I never heard from people, K, I respected this lady. Miss Tia, I looked up to this lady. I was like, Lord have mercy. Tia, you ever saw somebody that was living your dream? You're like, man, I want to do that. Not that whole thing in the Bible that says thou shalt not covet. I'm not coveting what she had personally. I want that. Guys, I wanted to help people and I wanted to be involved in real estate, but I wanted to do it the right way. And when I found out, Miss K, that she was doing it this way, Lord have mercy. Wow. The Natson family. If I'm saying it right, I hope I am. The Natson family. Can you imagine what my thoughts were when I said, wow, God, I'm going to do this the right way if you let me get into it. And this girl making $41,000 every 30 days. No license required. She don't own none of the properties. And she housing people in rats and roaches. And ask me, how do I know? Guys, I went and saw it myself. So again, instead of me boring you with my story about that all over again, because we'll get into that. Also, make sure that you guys are watching our original webinar. The instructions are scrolling below right now on that screen. If you just text the phrase, just the phrase itself, more info, MOREINFO to that phone number, 407-326-0086. That'll actually give you our introductory webinar. Because what I'm talking about tonight, I'm talking to you guys as family. That webinar is going to be in a more of a chronological order. Text the phrase more info, just those two words, more info to that phone number right there on screen. It breaks this story down, but more importantly, forget the story. How do you get in this? I just love to tell people where it come from. Because most people that I meet when I go play with Derek, how did you get started in that? Now, the fast version is God let me see a lady that was living my dream, making 41 grand a month doing it. I was making 28 grand a year. So the math ain't rocket science. And remember, guys, forget about the money for 2 seconds, because you will notice if you hang around us long enough, we don't even talk about the money that much, because money follows ministry. Money follows mastery. And once you've mastered the art of housing people the right way, because watch this, y'all. So many people going to do this the wrong way in your city that when you do get started, the Natson family, you guys are going to stand out like a sore thumb in a good way. Because this is what happened to me. How dare you make 41 grand a month and house people on cinder blocks? No bed rails. So again, to us, this was not rocket science to me once I saw it. Now, for the last 8 years, I've been telling people, you don't have to go and buy a house. You can rent one. You can lease one. And that was genius, because it looks like this. We do it. We rent them, we lease them, and we buy them. But watch this. Is that poor social worker just getting into this? I couldn't dream of buying a house. That's why the leasing model was a no-brainer for me. One thing that if you guys ever saw that one video that my team puts up often is that the girl that I'm telling y'all about right now, the lady, that was making 41 grand a month. Y'all, she told me clear as day, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this. Derek, I want you to keep being a social worker and keep sending me these people. Derek, why would I teach you, bro? Y'all, one thing about this lady, she was honest. She didn't sugarcoat that. She said, but Derek, let me show you what I make doing it. And that was kind of the biggest insult, because she showed me 41 grand a month in a Chase Bank app account. I'll never forget this, y'all. She went boop, 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 boop. She took out her phone, y'all, and went to her Chase Bank app. And I was like, Lord, have mercy. Y'all, I nearly fainted when I saw them 41 grand every month in her account. And I'm making $28,000 a year. And this lady is pretty much living my dream, because I thought she was helping people, and she obviously is involved in real estate. But y'all, when that lady told me, Derek, I don't own these places, she looked at me and said, Derek, you think I own those houses? Lord have mercy. To me, that was the biggest cheat code ever that she could have ever told me, whether she would have taught me or not. Just like for most of y'all, I'm telling you now that you don't have to go and buy or rent this brick house. You can now go to the mobile home parks and do this now. This is the same cheat code to me as that. Watch this again. Over 7 years ago, I heard a lady tell me, Derek, I don't own these houses. I was like, oh my God, I can rent these places? Again, 2 of y'all just type in the chat. That makes sense. I was like, wow. And that's what started all of this. Fast forward this 8 years later, I'm now explaining tonight how we do this same model and make it look like this inside of a mobile home now. Guys, I've always had a slide that showed y'all pictures like this. Well, what does it look like? This greenhouse right here is the same house right here that my wife Shay bought and rehabbed. 75 grand went into the rehab. This house used to be an ugly green color just like this. See the difference? 75 grand went into adding an extra bedroom and rehabbing the entire house and a brand new roof. Guys, that's a lot of money that most people don't have, and neither did I at the time. We robbed Peter to pay Paul. We just made it happen. But what if we would have took that 75 grand and invested in mobile homes? I'm going to show y'all a mobile home park tonight for 80 grand. See what I mean, Tiffany? So, Tiffany, somebody going to come here tonight and think that I'm only talking about starting this in a mobile home in terms of renting the place. Tiffany, we're now into flipping these mobile homes too now. I'm going to show you text messages tonight from park managers that are almost begging for you to come and get these mobile homes, fix them, and resell them back to the park or some of the people that are already on their waiting list. In fact, if you're in Hudson, Florida, I got a real treat for you. I am nowhere near Hudson, Florida, but if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, meaning that you're under our coaching, I got an absolute genius place that I'm going to send y'all in Hudson, Florida. They're begging people to come and get these mobile homes, y'all, because they went through the storm that when they came through here about 2 or 3 months ago. And guys, they need work done to them. Some of them they giving away. Some of them got prices as low as $100. Some of them are $2 grand, $3 grand, $6 grand. None of them went over $6 grand. And guys, again, if you understand anything about the model in which we do, guys, this is going to be an absolute no-brainer. You talking about recouping your initial investment really fast? And I've already said this. Watch this. I'm not real big on putting 2 people per room once I get into this mobile home model. Most of the mobile homes I'm looking at, ladies and gentlemen, they're 2 bed, 1 bath. Some of them are 3 bed, 2 baths, right? But my mindset, and you don't have to do this, I'm just sharing y'all my thoughts. This is a part of what I do here, right? So if you ain't subscribed to our channel, you ain't following us, make sure you do that. We give the game away. We're very giving here. We got coaching packages and all of that, but when we're brainstorming and just giving y'all game, this is what we do. And yes, to the Taylor family that already asked, will the mobile home coaching be a part of the ILF Mastery Blueprint that you already teach? Absolutely. That's the fun part for me. So a lot of this new stuff that I'm learning now, like I'm turning that right over to you guys, even how to talk to these people. Because remember, guys, I'm also in training on that. And what's pretty cool, Tiffany, is what I'm noticing. A lot of our verbiage is the same. We just got to add value, Tiffany. You talked about that Saturday. If you guys spend Saturday's room, make sure you go back and check that. That was an absolute great room. But as I said before, this is more the model that I'm looking for with the mobile homes when we get into that. I don't really want the 2 people per room in that model. I'm doing 1 person per room. Less people, less trouble. Make sense, everybody? So that's what we're doing there. And again, just really quickly as a recap, good evening to everybody. If you just joined us, all we're talking about is shared housing and how we're changing the lives in our city with affordable housing through shared living. We just now have decided to start entering into the mobile home parks to now just make it more affordable. So the mobile home park thing is just going to make it more affordable for a lot of you all that thought it was going to be super difficult to either buy, lease, or rent a place. I gave an example on Saturday how it cost me for one of my large homes $7,200 just to get in it. That was first, last, security, double deposit. And I was very honest with y'all, telling y'all that the owner didn't trust me. He said, Derek, I don't trust you, or there's a housing model thing you talking about. So in other words, if you want to do this, Derek, I want a deposit, double deposit. I want a security and the rent for the first month. Guys, basically what he was trying to do, if you ain't noticing this, he was trying to make it impossible. But in other words, he said, big mouth, if you think you can do this, give me $7,200, sign this paperwork and let's run it. I'm his best guy right now that every time he get a piece of real estate, he call me. Why? Because I'm guaranteed rent to him. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's all we're doing in these mobile home parks. We're building the relationship to where we're a no-brainer to the park. I explained to you guys on Saturday, just in case if you missed it or if you're new to us, the whole game for a mobile home park, y'all, is to collect lot rent. They're not trying to buy houses and rent them out. They're not trying to fix and flip. They want to collect lot rent. They only care about the land, Tiffany. Tia, they only care about infrastructure. Now, I'll admit, y'all, that's one of my longer term goals. I spoke that 2 years ago that I want to own my own mobile home park. I never knew that I was going to kind of get into this, what we talking about tonight, before that move. That also tells me, though, you got to crawl before you walk. That's why I came back to us like this. So some of us are going to be able to start out in these mobile home parks, buying them, fixing them up and renting them out, buying them, fixing them up and flipping them. And some of y'all can get into wholesaling them. I'm going to show you guys a text message tonight from people just because I've been posting this already, Tiffany, for only 3 days. You know how many people are contacting me, Derek, man, the next time you get another one, let me know. And if it's in this area, let me know. So what am I explaining to you all? Not just because I'm so great, blah, blah, blah. Forget about that. I'm telling y'all to do it too. If you start posting that you're getting involved with mobile homes, watch how your lead generation starts picking up in real estate that way. Lord have mercy. I just gave somebody a gem and somebody gonna miss it. Katara, somebody gonna miss that. How I'm telling them, Katara, simply because I'm just posting it, that I'm involved with it, and because a lot of people know that we do shared housing anyway, I'm gonna show y'all a message from a family. Hey, Derek, got anything in this area? Derek, I saw that house you posted for $5,000. Anything you got like that, Derek, let us know. Guys, affordable housing, I don't care where you live at. In fact, if 10 of y'all can type in the chat right now, what city are you located in? I just want to be active in the chat, and I want you guys to just see, because my example is Miss K. I don't care where you live at. It's expensive everywhere. And I believe that we have become the answer to affordable housing through this shared living. The lovely part now, though, Katara, is that most of us going to be able to get into it when we thought we really wasn't, because we couldn't buy a house. And sometimes it's more expensive to lease or rent a house than it is to buy a mobile home. And also remember, you don't have to do this alone. I'm cool enough with most of y'all on this channel right now. A lot of y'all that are active in the chat for sure. And I'll even put it this way to make it sound more professional and real. I'm more cooler with y'all in business, meaning Teal, Katara, Tiffany. I can name a few of y'all that I am not afraid to go with in business with. You mean to tell me we can't split $2,500 down the middle and go and buy this place? And we both agree that we're responsible for the lot rent until we sell it? Now, if you ain't mature enough for an agreement like that, then just back up, no problem. But if we go into it together, Kay, I don't need the $5,000 that you saw on my Instagram. I only need $2,500, and then don't bring 4 of us in it. Somebody gonna say, well, dang, dear, why would you bring 4 people? Because it's a super, super low amount to get in it now. So I ain't great at math, but Angela, put what's 4 people to divide it by that $5,000. If 4 of us go in there and get it, that's like a little over $1,000 a piece, right? And I'm gonna show y'all messages tonight for people that are saying, hey, come and revive this park. Guys, that's what I mean by building relationship. I own a pressure washing company, right? So guess what? I drove to the appointment yesterday. And even the one I'm going to tomorrow, couldn't go anywhere today because I had a lot of coaching appointments and a lot of stuff for Mondays. But guess where I'm going tomorrow? Showing up in my truck, because every one of these communities that I pulled up to so far, they're green, they're algae, they got mold on that. Guys, they're dirty. So like Tiffany told you guys on Saturday, guys, you got to come and add and bring value. So any park managers that's allowing me to come inside of their park to do what I do, guess what we're offering? Free pressure washing services for every unit in the dadgum place. Are you kidding me? And remember, I said, forget about price, Mr. Eric. We need permission. So again, if you're brand new to us and you just joined us, we house the homeless, the displaced, the guy that's got a job, the military veteran, the elderly adult, and we do it normally in a shared living environment. That means that we go and buy or lease or rent a 4-bed, 2-bath home. It can be a 1-bed, 2-bath home. And most of our rooms look like this with the 2 beds in it. And then for those people that say, well, Derek, I don't want to share no room, bro. Well, we got private suites too. Our private rooms mean 1 bed. Maybe that's a queen bed now. Right? But most of the model looks like what you see on screen. So to the Johnson family, not Tia's family, but a different Johnson family, you guys asked, what does it look like in the inside? This right here. And you also asked, can we do it in a mobile home? You must know what our topic was tonight. Absolutely, you can. That's our newest, latest move that we're going to now. So I want to answer one of the questions right off the bat that came through that matches the title. Why mobile homes? Because as you guys know, and you can do it even right now, you can put your questions in the chat. I'm here to answer all questions about shared housing and real estate, anything about mobile homes that you may want to know, as I'm also on my early journey on the mobile home side of it. But the shared housing, there is nobody on these internet streets that teach this like us. We just usually do it out of a brick and mortar house. But now God has blessed us to be able to build relationships with park managers inside of mobile home parks. And we're going to do it there now. So for a lot of you all, including me, that's going to be a much more affordable way. And literally just a few days ago, not even 2 days ago, I posted on my page a 2-bed, 1-bath mobile home unit for $5,000, y'all. And it was beautiful. And all it needed was a clean out. This one, y'all, I wasn't even talking about no rehab. Miss Maxwell, I hope you seen that. Can 3 of y'all just tell me, because that'll make me feel good, did 3 of y'all at least go to my page and look at that mobile home for $5,000? Did that not blow your mind? Is it only me that was like super impressed by that? Only me and Tia. And Tia, I didn't see your response from that other question earlier either, so I won't say what you had sent me unless you did and I missed it. So Tia, also put that in the chat, because that was funny, Tia, but it was also really exciting. So Angela saw it. Did anybody else see that? So Angela, I'm gonna pretend it's just me and you in the room, Angela. Angela, on just a regular, ordinary day, Angela, just kicking around, walking around, if somebody presents a place to you, Angela, that you can buy, Angela, and you own it for the rest of your life for $5,000, and Angela, you got the mind frame to house the homeless, the displaced, and the needy, and the elderly adult, and the military veteran. Angela, does that make sense to you to go up buy a place that you pay $5,000 for one time? You're going to probably charge $1,200 for rent, $1,300 for rent, Angela, if it's one person. And Angela, the lot rent on this one place I'm finna show you tonight was $560. Now, the $560 that you pay every month, that never goes away. Angela, does that make sense to you? Is the cash flow enough for you every month, Angela? If you're charging one guy, because that's not even talk about 2. Because if you do it the way I'm going to do it, Angela, because Angela, you got our coach and you're going to do it too. That 2-bedroom, I'm putting one military veteran and boom, and then another one. Now that's $800 and $800. Now we're talking $1,600 and the lot rent is only $560. Some places the lot rent is $700. Some places where y'all live at the lot rent $500, $400. To me, guys, that's why that makes so much sense. I just told y'all 13 minutes ago that I rented a place that I still have today. I rented that place, over 5-6 years ago now, and I still rent it. It cost me $7,200 to get in that place. First of all, because the guy didn't trust it. He tried to make the price unattainable, but boy, I turned in that $7,200, and here we are 6 years later, I still rent that place. It's my biggest gross income house that I have. It's my mini mansion. It's a big old house, y'all. Bigger the house, bigger the impact. But can you imagine Angela being able to buy that place one time for $5,000 and you only pay the lot rent? Angela, your job is to charge just more than what the lot rent is. And Angela, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you also save the park manager by helping her collect instant lot rent every month. So she loves you now, Angela. So everyone that she gets now, guess who she calls? Hey, Miss Angela, got another one. Foreclosed on a family that couldn't take care of it. They left it a mess, girl. And Angela, we're going to give it to you for $500. And Angela, we're going to give you 3 months to fix it, lot rent free. I'm going to show y'all messages tonight that where they giving away lot rent, Tiffany, while you fix it. Come on, guys. How did this slip by us this whole time? If my mom was here, she would say, for such a time as this. We didn't miss it, Camille. Camille, you thought we missed it? It kind of seemed that way, but no, we didn't. We right on time. And what's so cool about it is the whole POC, proof of concept. We already got a model that works. We just need the real estate to do it in. So hello, mobile homes, here we come. Make sense, everybody? Hey, by the way, if you guys got any questions, any concerns, especially if you're completely new to us, I know I'm just running my mouth and I'm doing that because a lot of our older people are here who already get this. But if you're new and you have no clue how we do this shared living environment, the ILF model, independent living facility, let me know. Put your questions in the chat. Other than that, I'm gonna kind of stay on the track that I'm going, but I never want to take for granted that everybody just know who we are and what we do. So again, if you don't know what we do or how this works, and we don't need a license and we don't have to own the place, make sure you ask your questions, because I don't want to overcoach you. Meaning I don't want to talk over your head. I want you to get everything I'm talking about. But if you've ever imagined helping people, being involved in real estate, and you want God to look up to you for doing it, guys, this is it. Not that Derek said it. I do say it, but it didn't come from me. The Bible says the poor and needy will always be among you. And watch this, y'all, because see, Kay gonna think I'm a preacher. Kay, I'm no preacher. I'm no pastor. Anderson family, the Lawrence family, I'm no bishop. I'm none of that stuff. But guess what? We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. I live by that so much, it's a t-shirt brand now. So again, we love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And watch this, I don't care what your business is. If you helping people in general, guys, it's hard to lose like that. Because again, I didn't say it. The Bible says the poor, the needy, and the widow, our responsibility. The Bible also says that when you do it unto the least of thee, God said it's like you doing me a favor. Lord have mercy. If I were you, I would want to be on the side of God saying he owe you a favor because of what you did. So how cool is it that you can be in a business model that the blessing of God is already tied into it? Lord have mercy. Does that make sense? Somebody type in the chat, me, if you feel what I'm saying. How cool is it that you can be in something that the blessing of God, the financial breakthrough is already tied into this thing that we're doing because we're doing God's will. God was just genius enough to merge it all together. Derek, I'm going to give you the way to do my will, help people, and I'm going to let you create generational wealth for your family, Derek, through real estate. Because watch this, y'all. Now, if you're new to me, you've never heard me say this. But if you've been around, you probably get tired of it. Watch this, y'all. No matter what we do, Kay, we want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by the community. But watch this, though, Patricia. I want you to make enough money to feed your family. Those are the things I told y'all 30 minutes ago. I got about 7 different phrases and sayings that I say. That's just one of them. Watch this. We want to please God, because if we do that, everything else going to fall in place. We want to help people. My mama always said, boy, if you want to see the hand of God move in your life, help his people. And God was so specific in the Bible. He said, the least of thee. It's cool if you help the lady at Walmart when she $1 short on her grocery. No problem. But God gave specific instruction. The kind of people we help that don't mind living in these mobile homes and shared housing, God called them the least of thee. It ain't always what you think. It ain't always the guy that's sitting at the red light with the sign that says, I'll work for food. Sometimes it's the lady you work with every day that got a full-time job, but in between blessings. And you are you're supposed to be the gap filler. Remember, for us, gap filler, GAP, God's appointed people, that's your role. How cool is it and genius of God to merge all of that together? Real estate, the love of God, and social services. So watch this. My prayer for all of y'all, and some of y'all, I have no clue who you are. I don't know y'all, but guess what? Once you come in this room to us, you kind of like family. And my prayer for you, Miss K, is that you are able to please God, help people, be respected by your community while you're doing it, and make a bunch of money to build the kingdom and be able to feed your family. Now, if y'all think something wrong with that, then this is the wrong channel for you, because we love God first, we love people, and we have fallen in love with real estate. And God showed us how to merge them all together. I'm no pastor, I'm no preacher. My name is Derek Forster, and I approve this message. And again, if you just joined us, we're talking about how do we do this without a license, without permission from my state, no staff involved. And now today, how can we do this in a mobile home? Because just like I told you guys, we're expanding to this now. We're expanding to a model that now looks like this. Because just like I told you, as long as the inside looks like this, no problem. People ask me all the time back in the day for the last 6 years, Derek, can I do this in a mobile home? My answer would always be yes, but it's got to have its own land. The devil is a liar now. I don't teach it like that now. I teach you to go and get a mobile home just like this, 2-bed, 1-bath for $500. Put a couple dollars in it, not as an insult, but a couple grand in it. Now you own it for under $5 grand, under 10 grand, and all you pay is the lot rent. And once you build a relationship with the park that allow you to do your thing, which is shared housing, now I got 2 sets of income coming out of this place, and I got guaranteed lot rent coming to the park, which is really what they want. Guys, if you listen to me Saturday and a part of today, I told you these mobile home parks, their whole game is to collect lot rent, guys. Your whole game from the teacher from me, how can I build a relationship with this park to guarantee them lot rent? That means I'm already giving you the verbiage of how you to walk in these parks. How do you introduce yourself? Thank you so much, Mr. Joe, for meeting with me today. What do we do? Oh, glad you asked. We work with park managers just like yourself to make sure that you guys are collecting guaranteed lot rent, because I understand as a park manager, lot rent is most important to you guys. Safety and lot rent. See, I threw safety in there to let them know that I also care. Come on, guys, I'm giving y'all the verbiage of it. Does that make sense, Miss Maxwell? Because sometimes when I'm talking, Miss Patricia, me and you had a talk not long ago. Am I making sense? Because one thing about Miss Patricia, if I ain't making sense, she gonna tell me, Derek, boy, you off on that one. Patricia, let me know if that makes sense. Because Patricia, for 7 years, I've been teaching people how do you speak to the homeowner to go and rent that brick and mortar house that we always talk about. How do you go and rent this place right here that's a 4-bed, 2-bath block home? I got a whole spiel in terms of what that sounds like and how to say it. But guess what I realize now? That spiel is really no different from me talking to this park manager about how I can bring value to them by guaranteeing lot rent through a program that I'm already running. Lord, I hope this is making sense to some people. That's why proof of concept, I told you, is so important, guys. When I started to talk to the lady that I've been calling Miss Barbara, one thing Barbara said to me, wow, Dave, so you really do this. Why did she say that? Because I had a website and social media, something that's so simple that a lot of people slip on. Does that make sense? Chris said, you put in paint where most can't. Carry on. And Chris, that's exactly what we're doing today. I'm not sure if you're new to us, Chris, but this is what we do, right? Shared housing for the last 7-8 years in a place that looked like this. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-bed, 1-bath, but it was always a brick house, wood house. It was a regular residential place. But now they said, well, Derek, can I do it in a mobile home? Absolutely. And I'm going to show y'all stuff tonight of relationships that have been built and that we're building to be able to do this at a more affordable cost now for everybody. Tiffany, what about the family that keep calling your phone talking about, Miss Tiffany, you got anything for my whole family? And you got to turn them down, Tiffany, because you do shared housing. Guys, I'm renting to families and all now. With this model, oh, and guess what I found out too? Section 8, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you a fan? We ain't, Tia, you think we're not doing Section 8 with this, Tia? Tia, is that what you're thinking, that we're not doing Section 8? Tia, this opens up so much possibility now. Like, I can't even talk fast enough to get this out. So excuse me, y'all, if I stutter or talk too fast, because I do both. I do stutter and I talk fast, but I'm excited. And if you know anything about me 8 years ago when God showed me the whole shared housing concept, y'all, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I got it. Y'all, I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out, because mostly because I was so excited I couldn't even eat. My focus was like those horses that race and they got them blinders on. They don't look to the left or the right. They keep straight ahead. That's the way I feel now about this mobile home game. Because in my mind, it's like, Patricia, I can't believe I let these mobile home opportunities slip by me and not think to go this route. Lord have mercy. I hope you guys are really feeling what I'm saying here, right? I want to show y'all something, right? I I'm not sure my team put this in order. I hope they did. I want to show y'all something, right? This is going to be really small on the screen. Please forgive me. The next couple won't be so small, but I want y'all to look at something that I asked many of you to do on Saturday, right? I told you guys to go on Facebook Marketplace and start connecting with people that have mobile homes for sale, primarily the mobile homes that are in all age parks. So if you just joined me, hear me talk about these mobile homes, I'm not per se looking for the mobile home that's 55 plus, the retiree program. I'm looking for the all age park. Somebody type that in the chat for me because somebody gonna miss that. Help me out in the chat, y'all. Or sometimes they'll call them a family community, adult community. And if you know of another phrase that they use, put it in the chat. But when I'm talking about a mobile home park, guys, I'm looking for an all-aged park, meaning that the 8-year-old kid, the 19-year-old teenager, and the 45-year-old mom, everybody can be in the same place, and there's no restrictions on that. Make sense? So really quickly, now, y'all just tell me that that's real small, right? Can anybody be like, no, dude, that's actually good size. Like, I can read that. That's really small, right? Because I'm going to read it to you, but I just want to make a point. But one thing that I want to do, even before I read any of that garbage at the top, I'm going to jump straight to the bottom where the price says $3,000. Needs to be moved? Question mark? No. Cannot be moved, which most parks don't want you to move these properties, guys. Remember, they specialize in collecting lot rent. You move that building, that house, how can they collect lot rent from if nobody's there to rent it because you moved it? That's a giveaway for a park that wants me to invest with them. Halfway back up through the middle, and I know this is all out of order. You should read from the top to the bottom, but I get so excited, I skip around. That part in the middle says, fix and flip this home for its potential profit today. Guys, 80% of mobile home parks that you're going to find do not want you to do this in their park. They don't want you to fix and flip, and they don't want you to fix it and rent it to somebody else. Guys, when I find a park like this, ding, 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 I just found me a relationship. They're wanting me to come to this park, Camille. Now back at the top. Watch this. 3 months lot rent free, Miss Tia, with purchase. Tia, that means they're going to give you 90 days to fix this place. Tia, lucky for you, you and your husband do rehab. Tia, lucky for you, you and your husband pour and create driveways. Tia, lucky for you, you and your husband lay flooring. Tia, lucky for you, you and your husband do sheetrock work. Tia, lucky for you, you and your family do electrical. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Camille, do you see how that makes sense to buy a place one time for $3,000? You always own it. And Tia, like Miss Barbara told me at the park last week, she said, Derek, now this will need work, Derek, but Derek, you can live in this place still while you work on it. Again, ding, 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 ding. Watch this, y'all, because I'm going to skip ahead for 2 seconds. I've already told a few of my clients what I'm getting ready to do, meaning my residents. 3 of them, I drove to a specific mobile home park and said, hey, guys, I want to show y'all something. Would y'all mind living in a place like this? And y'all don't have to give me an immediate answer. Y'all can look at it. We can drive through it first. We can walk in a place because I want to show y'all one. And then I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this versus the way that we do it now. And I said, also, if I end up moving you guys to something like this, everybody get their own room. There is no more 2 people per room. They loved it. So I'm already taking a census from my clients. I hope y'all are listening to me, Katara. Katara, are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm already preparing my clients for the move for when I get one. Lord have mercy. Katara, can just me and you pretend it's just me and you on this call by ourselves? Katara say, Derek, I'm listening. Just type that in the chat for me, Katara. Just say, Derek, I'm listening. Because I'll feel like if I keep talking, if nobody's listening, it's going to punch me in the arm. Like it's going to feel like somebody hit me in the arm. Katara, please type in the chat. Katara, Derek, I'm listening. Katara, how much sense does that make in terms of where you live at? I always pick on the state of South Carolina because I want to go there too. South Carolina, y'all, they give away mobile homes for free. A lot of the parks there, they struggle to have people in them. Katara, you're going to be a dadgum genius in South Carolina with this model. You're going to save a lot of parks, Katara, headaches. and the lack and loss of money because they're not collecting lot rent with all these empty units. All you guys are in these areas where that storm that just hit us ravaged a lot of these parks. Guys, they are giving these mobile homes away. I'm going to give just a small inlet, just a small little message here. Make sure in 2025, Taylor family, Jackson family, Lawrence family, the Kaysen family, that we also get our credit intact. We need to be able to leverage business credit, lines of credit, guys, to be able to do a lot of this stuff. Make sense, everybody? My newer people, this is a newer concept. I know, I get it. We still talking about shared housing. That never changes in life. We're now just only talking about doing it in the mobile home parks. Qatar says, I'm listening, bro. I see you, sis. Like, guys, I'm still stuck on the fact, because watch this, y'all. In my research, my first probably 8 to 10 calls, 10 messages on Facebook, because watch this now. I gave the advice for you all that are scared to talk to people. Don't put it in the chat. Don't tell nobody, but between me and you all that are afraid to talk to people on the phone, guys, most of everything I'm going to show you today, guys, was through text message. These people don't know me. So don't be afraid to do this stuff in terms of what I'm sending y'all. I just wanted to show you the first one that's hard to read, but 3 months lot rent with the purchase of this place. Open house is scheduled Fridays from 9 to 12 to come and see all of these properties that we got that we're calling DIY project. Do you see that in the chat, y'all? Can y'all see that small writing, or did you keep reading to you? They're calling it a DIY project. If you see that, another clue, they will allow you to do this in their mobile home park. Needs a little TLC, and they put fix and flip home for its potential profit. Watch this, more teaching for you. Ask the park manager, hey ma'am, what does these go for when they are fixed up? Because if I'm buying it for $3,000, Camille, I want to know how much can I sell it for? Uriah, why would you go and buy this place and don't even know kind of what you can sell it for if you're on the flipping side of it? Because we talk about flipping them, wholesaling it, or doing the shared housing. You pick. I'm going to do a little bit of all of it probably. But does that make sense though? I'm moving on because I got a lot more to show you, but it gave me the size of it, and price is $3,000. But watch this. I've already told y'all, you're not going to go there and pay $3,000 for that. You better not. Not under my free coaching on YouTube, you better not. They're telling you to make an offer. They've been sitting already for a while. Oh, I hope this is making a lot of sense. I hope somebody's eyes are being open to a new opportunity. Watch this. My team blocked out names and numbers and all of that because I just wanted to be sensitive, right? This is what I told y'all earlier. I've been posting about mobile homes for less than 5 days. I'm already getting messages like this. Hello, we've been looking for a home in Orlando or Apopka area for our family. Any suggestions? You know why they sent me that? Because they saw my reel talking about mobile homes. They saw the one for $5,000 and wish they could have got it. But like I told y'all, I was honest enough to tell you that one for $5,000 is in a park that's 55 years and older. You can't fix it and flip it unless you're 55. You can't rent it unless you're 55. You can't even fill out the application unless you're 55 or higher. That's why I told you Saturday, why don't you go use your auntie, your uncle, your mom who is 55, or your business partner, and you go buy it they buy it, and y'all put a contract together that y'all doing it together, that you just kind of using her. Guys, paperwork makes the paperwork. Everything can be done if the paperwork is written the right way. The agreements between two people. So I say it again, the paperwork makes the paperwork. And y'all can buy a place for $5,000, fix it, and sell it together. That's another idea. Finish reading this right here. I put, are you against mobile homes? We may have a few coming up soon. No, we are not. Smiley faces in the hearts. Give me 3 people that say, yeah, Derek, boy, I see what you're doing. Guys, notice how unstingy with this information I'm being with y'all. I posted this about mobile homes less than 5 days, and I'm already getting requests from families, from individuals that want their own mobile home. And watch this, y'all. Most people want to buy it, not rent it, like what we're talking about with our shared housing. So this is where you flip the mobile home. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. Woo! Start from the top. Watch this. Hello, we've been looking for a place, Orlando or Apopka. I put, are you against mobile homes? Nope. My mom has given us to February 1st to find a place. So guess who on the clock also? Me and my team. Now, I cut off some of the other stuff because it kind of went more, but I just kept asking questions, doing my lead generation, Katara, finding out what the need is. You guys are you listening to how I'm finding out what the need is, Tia? I'm listening to what the need is. Here go another one. 3-bed, 2-bath house that I found on Facebook Marketplace. I cut straight to the chase. If I buy it, does the park allow me to rent it to other families? Can y'all see this in the chat? I mean, can y'all see this on the screen? Can y'all read it, or y'all just going by what I'm reading? Let me know. Did my team make this big enough for y'all to be able to read this too? Can y'all see this? Casey, I see what you're doing, Derek. Kay, can you see this on screen, or am I just reading it and y'all can hear it? Camille, let me know in the chat. Can y'all see that, or are y'all just listening to me read it? Facebook Marketplace. If I buy it, because remember what I told you guys, most mobile home parks want you to live in it. They don't want you to go and fix it and then rent it to a family. Do Section 8. That's why I said you got to find it. Kay said she can't see it. Tia said, yeah. So Kay, you can't see this text message on my screen on this PowerPoint? I'm glad I asked, because I would be mad if I'm talking about this and y'all can't see it. I want y'all to see that this is from a Facebook Messenger. Give me somebody else. Kay, is it only you? Katara said, yeah, I feel bad then. Kay, you can't see that on my screen? Let me know, Angela. This is a Facebook Messenger. Reba says she can see it. Okay, so let me know, Kay. Maybe Kay meant to put can, and she hit can't maybe by mistake. Watch this, though. Yes, but everybody is subject to background checks. So guess what I'm learning now, Tiffany? That no matter what, Tiffany, they're going to check your background. And I've already talked to one park, y'all. They let me know how lenient they were. She was like, sir, everybody got a background check. But in other words, if you don't qualify, you can bring somebody as a co-signer and they can qualify. That means, again, they wouldn't work with you. Because I'm going to also show you some that say, nope, we don't do this, Derek. I told you the first place I went to, y'all, the lady that I recorded for 8 minutes talking to me, she said, Derek, I love this, bro, but you can't do this in my park. Derek, I wish I could do this, Derek, but Derek, you cannot do this in my park. So my job was to come back and show y'all less than 2 days from Saturday that I'm already finding people that want us to do this in their park. Because remember, if you forget everything that I said today, and I'm going to say it slow because I talk fast and I stutter. But watch this. Mobile home parks are in the game for collecting lot rent. Miss Barbara told me, y'all, on a recorded call that I recorded, she said, Derek, she said, my job tough because my job is to answer to all complaints, fill these empty lots, and sell houses. Guys, I just gave y'all whole spiel of what you to come in and say that you're the solution to. Why you think I made y'all name y'all self solutions at the end of your name? Good Samaritan Solutions, Tiffany. 311 Solutions, Katara. The Clarissa Project, Angela. Because you guys are the answer to affordable housing. Look at what they told me. 18 years or older, and they gave me the name of the park, Teal, where you live at, in Lake Wells, Florida. This unit, I think, was $8,000. I put, is it vacant? Is there a certain criteria, credit score? She came back with all of that stuff. Here's another one. Can this be rented to others after purchase? Because remember, most parks don't want this. I got another yes, y'all. So I'll be that gummed for people that come to me and tell me, well, Derek, man, you can't do this. You can't get no mobile home and then rent it to people. They don't let you do that. I know they don't. Some of them don't. Just like some people don't let you rent their house to do shared housing, just like we do right here. Some people will not let you rent their house to do this in their house that looks like like this. That's why you got to find them. And I give y'all the coaching on how to do that. Because remember, most parks don't want this. I got another yes, y'all. So I'll be that gummed for people that come to me and tell me, well, Derek, man, you can't do this. You can't get no mobile home and then rent it to people. They don't let you do that. I know they don't. Some of them don't. Just like some people don't let you rent their house to do this in their house that looks like this. That's why you got to find them. And I give y'all the coaching on how to do that. especially if you're under our coaching, the one-on-one ILF Mastery Blueprint. But it's no different from me doing this inside of a mobile home park to where I'm coming to add value, because this place needs to be pressure washed. The grass need to be mowed. Why can I go to a park and get one of these, y'all, and still do what I do because the place sitting there just empty? I got recorded calls of the park manager telling me, Derek, I'm struggling, bro, because I got all these empty lots and nobody's in them. Guys, that's your whole spiel for when you show up. Sir, what do you guys do? And I hope you're wearing your branded shirt like I always tell you. Now, that day, I'm not wearing my love God, love people, love real estate. I'm wearing my second chance housing shirt. Because just like the video my team posted today, 6 times out of 10, Uriah, I don't have to say what I do. My shirt and my apparel going to tell them. But even if they kind of ask, I'm like, glad you asked. We work with park managers just like you to take the pressure off your back to fill these empty lots and to make sure that you guys are collecting steady income, because we understand as a park manager, you guys' main goal is safety and collecting lot rent. My goal with the program that I'm already involved in, we rent to people that receive a guaranteed income. Lord have mercy. Can 2 of y'all type in, wow? Just W-O-W. Can 2 of y'all type that in the chat? Because again, if it's only me and Tia that thinks this is cool today and Tiffany, then so be it. I don't need but really 2 people to kind of know that this is cool. But it would delight me to see a lot of wows in the chat, because I hope again, because I pray every night, Kay, Lord, allow me to say something or learn something and come back and tell the people that changed their life and changed their city and changed their family's trajectory. And I hope for one of these times, Charmaine, that this mobile home model, because Charmaine, you went out and bought an expensive duplex and you still rehabbing it. Now, on one hand, congratulations, Charmaine. But Charmaine, you're the opposite of what most people are able to do. God bless you, Miss Sanders. Most people can't go out and buy a duplex like you did for hundreds of thousands of dollars, Charmaine, and then put 100,000 in it to take people from homeless to hopeful. Charmaine, you're doing that right now, and congratulations. But I'm also for the little guy, because right now, Charmaine's a big dog. I'm for the little guy that say, well, dang, Derek, boy, that's nice for Charmaine, but Derek, man, God ain't blessed me yet like that. Derek, my boat ain't came in yet. My ship ain't sailed in to do that yet, Derek. But boy, this mobile home thing you talking about, Derek, boy, I can get down with that. Why can't I go and get a place like this that had a price tag on it for $4,500, Charmaine? And once I own it, Charmaine is mine. Charmaine, lot rent here was $500. Are you serious? Let's just call it mortgage. Call it your rental fee, whatever you want to call it. Because remember, lot fee never goes anywhere. You die with lot rent. The park owns the lot. And for me, guys, that's okay, Tiffany. Because again, if I can do my model by putting 2 military veterans, 2 elderly adults in this place right here, and they're both paying $850, $900, depending on where you live at, $1,000, $500, because remember, depending on where you live at, it's gonna be different. Charmaine is in Canton, Ohio. I'm not. I'm in Orlando. So guess what? I'm a little bit higher than Charmaine is in price. But watch this. I coach people in the same room right now that live in New Jersey, and they got $1,000 rooms, $1,000 beds. Excuse me, guys. My bed started at $740. But if you live in New York, New Jersey, you're in one of these up north states, it's gonna be different, Miss Reba. Does that make sense, everybody? So again, to me, the mobile home model is the absolute cheat code. I'm seeing places like this, y'all, for absolute free. I'm seeing people that are taking these, y'all, and rehabbing the inside. And when you walk in, it's like, oh my God, they did this to this place because now it looks like this. Remember what I told you guys always? I don't care what kind of building it is. Long as the roof ain't leaking, the floor ain't caving in, and no rats and roaches in it, that's a good start. So the mobile home model absolutely works. We get the question all the time, can I do it in a mobile home? Not if it looked like this. This is the one that we want, but we want to rehab it to now it looks like that. Make sense, Teal, who already do this? Miss Patricia, this making sense? Because I told the people, Miss Patricia, if I'm not making sense, you gonna tell me. Miss Potts gonna let me know. So one more time, roll call for Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, am I making sense? Or am I just blabbering? Because there's a difference. Because if I'm blabbering, I'm wasting a lot of y'all time. But if I'm giving the game on something that maybe you never thought of, guys, this is valuable information because me and my team gonna take full advantage of this. And like that old song said, don't believe me, just watch. Man, we finna get all in this, Miss Edwards. Why not? When I'm showing y'all the evidence from these text messages, Tia, this is in Haines City where you live at. Tia, the lady want me to come see this place ASAP. I said, well, ma'am, the holiday tomorrow, and then the next day is, New Year's Eve. I said, well, I don't want to bother you. She said, well, there is somebody always at the property. But look what I asked her first, Tia, can I rent this place after I buy? She said, yes. Okay, what's the name of the park, Big Mouth? In other words, Tia, ma'am, I don't trust you. Can you tell me the name of the park so I can do my research? Because Derek, my big brother, my coach, he gonna make me go and research this anyway. So what's the name of the park? Haines City Mobile Home Park, 753 West Main. Come on, Tia, you already said it, right by the Winn-Dixie. Show you right, Tia. That's exactly where it is. Tia, you know where this is. Look what she said. Okay, thanks. No, I said, are you the park manager or the owner of the unit? She says, I own the place. Did you rent it or live in it? She lived in it. And if I'd have showed you the rest of it, I got all in her business. Well, why are you moving? Did you like the area? Any rehab needed? Guys, there's no rehab needed on this place. Now, I'll admit, this place wasn't $5,000 or $10,000. This place, if I can remember, look it up, Tia. You got the address now. I think it was somewhere between 25 and 28 grand, I think. But again, the lot rent was less than, I think, 600. So remember, Tia, you just rehabbed the whole place. You spent more than that on your rehab, Tia. Tia, can you imagine paying 20 grand for a place one time? Because what I taught you, Tia, is that you wouldn't go and pay 28 grand for that place. Because guess what her post said, Tia? Need to sell urgently. That means, Tia, that she'll give me a deal. Tiffany, you're a realtor. If I'm lying, tell me. Tiffany, when somebody say, bring your offer, and all of those little quotes and phrases, Tiffany, that let me know that, boy, they'll negotiate. Negotiable. Lord have mercy. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about? One more. Watch this one. Oh, no, this is the continuation of it. Same lady. Okay, does it need repairs, roof, flooring, AC? Here's a teaching moment. I don't care if it's a brick and mortar house or a mobile home. Guys, we're concerned about the roof, AC system, foundation, which means flooring for us. Electrical. That's the important stuff. Look what she put. Nope. So, ma'am, you mean to tell me there's nothing wrong with the place I can buy from you today? Because remember, buying a mobile home is like buying a car. Not a 45-day closing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm putting all this in a little mini course soon, too, because people don't know this stuff. Tiffany, some people think that buying a mobile home is the same process of buying a house. Guys, you can see a mobile home on Monday and buy it Monday evening. Own it Monday night. Sell it Tuesday morning for $5,000 more. That's called a wholesale deal. Finish reading this, y'all. How much is the lot rent? So when you guys are asking the questions, I'm giving y'all what to ask. How much is the lot rent? You got to know that, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what you're going to pay for the rest of your life. From the lot rent is where you start to calculate your income and your profit. Because I'll admit, y'all, just me, and I know my accountant wouldn't agree with this, and probably none of y'all, but if I go buy a place for $5,000, Tia, that need no work done to it, in my mind, I ain't even counting the $5,000. Forget it. I just flush that down the toilet. What is the lot rent? Because from the lot rent is now when I'm going to calculate my profit. If the lot rent $595, Tia, just call that place $600. And as a 2-bed, 1-bath, I'm putting one person in each room. $800, or maybe $900. Guys, minus the $600, that's your profit, ladies and gentlemen. And you still provided affordable housing. Don't get lost in the sauce tonight, y'all. We still discussing shared housing and affordable housing. Look at what I asked the lady, Johnson family. I got two Johnson. In fact, I got 3 Johnson families in here and none of y'all are related. That's pretty cool. Watch this. Okay, thank you. I want to see it soon, maybe after the holidays. I don't want to bother you during those times. Have you moved out yet? Yes, it's empty now. That means she got a place to live and she need this money now. All of these things give me hints and clues as to why that I'm not going to go pay 20 grand for this place once I go see it and walk through it. Especially if you're under my coaching, you better not. Even if you finance it. I got deals on the table right now for mobile homes that are like 30 grand, 40 grand, 20 grand, 15 grand. But watch this. They're only asking for 2 or 3 grand down and like $400 a month. That's called owner financing, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I ain't talking too fast there. That's also the way that we want to get into this game, by selling to people on owner financing terms. Everybody can't buy my $25,000 rehab once I'm done, Tia. Tia, that place that I'm going to go buy for 5 grand, that once I fix it, I want 25 grand for, guess what? Some people don't have that either. But what if they got that 5 grand down payment, 4 grand down payment, and now I'm collecting $500 a month? And all the repairs and maintenance are on them because they own the place. They're on the owner financing. Guys, we're doing all of that. Does that make sense, everybody? Tiffany, you're a realtor. If I'm saying anything wrong tonight, please correct me. But Tiffany, if this makes sense to you, Tiffany, you're in real estate. Your family's in real estate. Tiffany, does this make sense for a family that always buys brick and mortar homes, apartment complexes, land? Tiffany, them do all of that. I want to hear from somebody that's in real estate. Does this make sense? Because I'm also in real estate on the other side in brick and mortar houses. I rent houses, I lease houses, I buy houses. But Tiffany, does this make sense? Am I way off, Tiffany? Because there's 2 people that if I'm off, Tiffany and Miss Patricia gonna get me if I'm off. Tiffany said that is correct. Any day there's a person always there, Tia. So Tia, why not just go drive by that place and check it out? That's what I'm doing almost every day this week that my schedule will allow me. Right? I'm going to visit these places, showing my face, my big bright smile, and my loud mouth, and my branded Second Chance Housing shirt, showing them how I can be the answer to what they're struggling with, which is paying lot rent. If the lot is empty, nobody's in the house or no house on the lot, they don't collect no money. They're eating that every month. However you can explain with your mouth that you're the solution to that, guys, that's what we're doing. Watch this, y'all, for everybody that's here. Here's a whole mobile home park. Can you believe this? South Carolina, Katara. In fact, let's take a break. This place is in South Carolina, guys. Let's take a break. Let's come right back. If you got any questions about shared housing or the mobile home park or parks or doing this within a mobile home, type it in the chat. Let me know. I'm probably here for another 30 to 35 minutes at least, but I want to take a quick break. We're going to come right back and jump into a mobile home park now versus just a mobile home. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank y'all so much, man, for being a part of our live session tonight. The live podcast, Don't Wait to Be Great. Make sure that you guys are following us on YouTube at Forston Consultants. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Forston Consultants, and TikTok at Derek Forston. Don't want you guys to miss any of this content. For the Anderson and an Anason family, it's 2 of you guys that almost sound the same, Anderson and Anason family. Yes, we do provide one-on-one coaching. That's called our ILF Mastery Blueprint. And anybody that's taking that coaching right now, you guys also get the mobile home coaching as well. I'm going to be combining that with that from now on. So even if you're a current ILF Blueprint member, you guys are just automatically enrolled into that. So if you guys need help, advice, any of the training and coaching that I'm getting, you guys are going to be really privy to that. And what's cool is that the people that I'm being taught by and most people that are introducing it to me, they're freely allowing me to teach it, right? They understand that I also come with the skill set of the shared housing. So they want me to teach it to other people. So that's exciting because a lot of people aren't like that. Even us. I don't want y'all teaching ILFs, right? That ain't kind of how we do that, right? But there are certain people that do fall under the Fortune Consultants model that know it so well that they could teach it and that we've branched off. But to the normal sense of the teaching it, I can't wait to add this extra component, the mobile home park coaching inside of it. So again, our ILF Master Blueprint coaching, guys, is our one-on-one coaching. That is $7,500. It's one-on-one coaching. Because with all of our paperwork, all of the documents, we build out your website and logo and CRM system, and you get a phone system from us and much, much, much more. That's $7,500. Our ILF Accelerator coaching is a 6-month program, which is $3,000. It mimics the Blueprint, but the only difference is that the first one I talked about, the Blueprint is for life. You stuck with me for life. But the Accelerator is a 6-month program. That's recommended for people that may already have a property like what you see on screen. They just don't know what to do with it, right? So that's a 6-month program, hard stop. And then the ILF Mastery Do-It-Yourself. So we got a DIY version, guys, that's only $997, $3 away from $1,000, which also still gives you all the paperwork, all the coaching, all the curriculum, all the ebooks. We still build your website. That's why a lot of people still like that one. We still build your CRM system and all the coaching of me recorded. So there's a 5-week coaching that I give. We used to do it quarterly called the MSI group coaching, and that stood for Move at the Speed of Instruction. That group coaching alone, guys, was $4,500 every quarter that we did it. We put that coaching inside of the DIY product and the other two. So no matter which coaching you get, you still get that 5-week coaching. So a lot of people do like that one because it's, more cost friendly. If you are okay with the do-it-yourself model, 90% of the people that we do coach want us to hold their hand. They want the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's actually the most popular. But just to answer your question, yes, we absolutely offer one-on-one coaching. And again, the way it starts is just by you watching our original webinar, by texting the phrase more info, MORINFO, to the phone number that's scrolling below at 407-326-0086. And then you will immediately be sent instruction to watch our webinar. And then it also gives you a free strategy call with me before you make any decision on what you're trying to do. So that's for anybody that wanted the one-on-one coaching. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, you can also text the word scholarship. So if you text the word scholarship to the same number scrolling below, there's always usually some kind of discount that can go along with that, right? So feel free to do that just to see what the discount could be. And those discounts vary at times, so you just never know. So if I were you and you wanted this coaching and you want to change your life in 2025 and be the answer to affordable housing, especially now knowing you can do it in a mobile home park, definitely text the phrase scholarship to get that. But if you've never watched our original webinar, that's where it all starts at. And then with that phone call, and again, those instructions are scrolling below. So if you just text the phrase more info to that phone number, that'll give it to you. And then a quick video just to show the Anderson family of, again, why we are needed.
Take a drive down Los Angeles' Skid Row, filled with tents, people, and growing frustration.
If I can get back into another residence, then I won't make the same mistakes I made before.
According to new federal data, a record number of people are now unhoused, more than 653,000, a 12% population increase since last year. Mel Tilakaratna runs a nonprofit that provides free showers to people living on the street.
The system is completely overwhelmed.
Tilakaratna points to a rise in housing costs, the opioid epidemic, mental health issues, and the migrant crisis as factors exacerbating the problem in LA.
We have families.
All right, you guys see it firsthand. So they named all kinds of reasons of why we're needed, right? Drugs, alcohol, low paying wages, people losing their jobs, mental health. And that's my background, right? I was a mental health social worker, guys, worked in a hospital setting and just saw a lot of people struggling through life due to mental health. So a lot of times they can't get their own apartment. They can't get their own house. So a lot of times they need this shared living environment that we offer. And again, now because we're going to be using the mobile home model, which is more effective and more affordable, that's just going to be a help for a lot of people in terms on both sides. It's going to help us as the investors, right? And it's also going to help the people that we serve because now they can come in at a lower price point. Okay, so let me go to the chat. I want to make sure I haven't missed anything in the chat. I've been asking for a lot of feedback and you guys have been doing it. So I appreciate that. In fact, if you've asked a question or if you did it, now's a great time because I'm literally in the chat. So let me go up some and I'll come down. I don't want to miss anything. So instead of going down, up. So again, also while we're just waiting, just put in the chat, what are you guys thinking about this overall conversation with shared housing, affordable housing, the mobile home parks? Begin to start typing some stuff in the chat, right? Also depending on, well, no, not depending on, everybody type in the chat. Where are you located? I see some Columbia, South Carolina stuff. I see a lot of different stuff from earlier, but if you haven't put in the chat yet, put in the chat, where are you located, right? Because again, my homework is the same for everybody tonight. Go to Facebook Marketplace and type in the word mobile home or manufactured home, or my favorite one now is mobile home under $5 grand, under 10 grand. And they'll literally show it to you and sort it out that way. So go ahead and put in the chat as I'm kind of scrolling through. I'm at the top now and I'm coming down. So again, just thank everybody for being here too, man. Camille, Tia, Tiffany, Miss K, Mercedes and family, the Anderson family, the Anderson family, Katara. Appreciate all of you guys. Tiffany Walker and family, Eric. Appreciate you guys. Camille Maxwell. Appreciate all of you guys for being here, man. Thank y'all so much. Tarsha Edwards, thank you for being here. We appreciate you and your family. Patricia Potts, Chris. I mean, tons of new people too, man. Thank y'all so much. I see a lot of comments, but not per se questions yet. I'm still scrolling though. Let me see. We want to please God because we love God, love people, and love real estate. That's exactly it, Miss Patricia. That's what we live by. Tarsha says, where do we find the mobile homes? So now, to make sure I answer this correctly, so my first thing, I'm going to tell you Facebook Marketplace. Okay? Now, to a bigger way in which I've kind of also evolved into, which helps with different kinds of research and what parks I'm looking for, you can go to MH Village. There's a website called, in fact, if you just Google MH Village, it's a whole database of only mobile homes. Okay. You guys get this for free tonight, right? Y'all know how I am. But a lot of this information that I'm speaking of now will actually be in a mini course really soon because I want a lot of people to know about this mobile home lit. Okay. So just to answer your question again, Ms. Edwards, start with Facebook Marketplace. In fact, if you're a multitasker, people that have their laptop or extra phone, I would say do it now. Be like Angela Brooks. Like, don't wait until we leave and you get busy and you forget about it. Do it right now while you're listening to me. Now, if it removes me from the screen, don't do that. Stay here. But if you're somebody that can multitask, or most of them, I think if you go to another app, you can still keep the YouTube or the Facebook playing and you can still hear me. I would go to Facebook Marketplace right now. In fact, if 3 of y'all do that right now, that'll make me feel great. Like, I'll feel good about your chances of succeeding. And it'll show me that you want to do this. And it's also putting, how would I say it, motion in action. Does that make sense? Because we believe in something that's called move at the speed of instruction or move at the speed of revelation. Meaning that when you find out something, you get great advice, great instruction, let's move on it. And that don't mean going and buy a mobile home tomorrow, Chris. That means just go and do the research. All age parks, not 55 and up, senior community, not looking at that yet. We can get into that later, but for right now, you're looking for all age parks, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and MH Village is worldwide. And I like that one because I can pick and I can filter out all age parks. I can filter out the price range, anything from free to $2 grand, anything from free to $5 grand, anything from 1,500 to $6 grand. See what I mean? So back up here real quick, as I promised, here's a mobile home park, Qatar, where you live in your backyard. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like this deal though, but I'm going to let y'all read it. I immediately jumped to the meat of this. How much land is sitting on this? Because it's advertised as a 4-unit mobile home park. Qatar, what do you mean 4 units? That's all? But guys, believe it or not, I want one kind of this small, but I want something that's from like 5 to like 15. Look at what I asked him though. Watch this. How much land is it sitting on? 3 acres. Wow. Does Park own homes or just lot rent? Question mark. Most important question to me, Tiffany, because me and Tiffany are thinking the same thing. How many more units can I add to this acreage? The guy told me none. Are you reading this with me, Tiffany? 3 acres. I got excited about that. They own one of the burnt houses that need rehab. So the 4 houses are on this 3 acres. 1 house is burnt down to the ground. They own that one. You got to rehab it or get rid of it. The other 3 are only collecting a little bit of money. Just lot rent. How many can you add? Can you see that big fat 0, Miss Edwards? Because guess what I was thinking, Tiffany? Boy, I can buy this place and add me 6 or 12 more of these units on it. But Tiffany, according to what he told me, and according to part of the zoning, because that means to me, Tiffany, these parcels, these units sit on a bunch of land by themselves then. You mean to tell me 3 acres and there's only 4 units? Now you can see my response. I got a little smart aleckly, a little smart aleck. Okay, 3 acres, but I can't add any additional units. Not that I was trying to be a smart aleck, Tiffany, really, but I was like, wow, so I can't add additional units? I put, what's the total cash flow monthly? This is something for you, Uriah. We love the word cash flow. Not sure if I understood the listing, because on the listing it said they collected like 200 and it was real low. But Qatar, that's what I was talking about. Depending on where you live at, guys, lot rent could be 250, 230, 205. Qatar is in an area like that. That's why for me, Qatar, for you, because the game that you're in is renting out the rooms, Qatar, forget about the price. Remember I told you that Saturday? We need permission. Somebody type that in the chat. That's going to be one of my new phrases. Because in my mind, forget about the price. We need permission to be able to do this. This just one thing I'm showing y'all now. The guy owns the whole park. He said $645 gross. No more units can replace the 4th one. Meaning that you can replace the 4th one. Now, if you take out your calculator that does, is this a good investment or not? I'll admit to most of us by ear, this don't sound great. But if you put this into any calculator or chat GPT and tell it that you are grossing $645 and you spent 80 grand, because that's what the guy want for it. I think it came out to something like 9% on cash return. Some junk, I forget it now. Somebody can plug it in now if they want to. But on the regular basis of investments, some people say, but this is kind of okay. I don't want no deal like this though. What would have made this deal appealing to me? And I want 5 of y'all to just add in a comment what you thought about this deal. Let's get active right here. How many of you think that this is a good deal or a bad deal? I'm right now going to stay neutral while you guys are typing because I'm kind of in the middle, but I'd rather not take it. The only thing that would have made this deal better to me, Uriah and Tarsha, was that if I could have added 5 more units. Meaning, Qatar, where you live at, I could have went and found 3 to 5 more mobile homes that would have cost me under 5 grand, under 2 grand even. Some of them are so bad in your area, sis, you can get them for free or for $1,000 and then just put the money into it. You decide how much rehab you want to do there. But that's what would have made this deal more appealing to me. I want a couple of y'all to just put into the chat what you think of this deal. 4-unit mobile home, you can't add any additional units. And out of the 4, one of them is almost burnt to the ground. But you can replace that one, and that's it. So that means to me, either Katara, the city's got something to say about that in terms of how many mobile homes on that parcel per acreage, or the septic and well system can't handle anymore. That's why when I'm looking for land now, like never before, I'm looking for land that has septic and well, electric poles that are close by for electricity. Does that make sense, everybody? So again, I'm gonna let y'all put some stuff in the chat. I'm gonna still go through and scroll, but once I get to the bottom, I want to see 5 of y'all that at least said, man, Derek, that was a pretty good deal, Derek. Or Derek, nah, bro, I'm like you, bro. Like, I would have bought that. Because again, 3 acres sounds nice. But if I can't add additional units on it, because for me, that cash flow is just simply not enough. And also right now, watch this. People are already living in these units, which means I can't bring my style here unless I come and do like a lot of people do, come there, evict those people, which I don't want to uproot people, and they move out, kind of fix it up, and now do the shared model. That's probably, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, and see how we brainstorm out loud, that's probably the only way that this would make sense. Watch this. I never thought about it this way, but you guys are getting a chance to see me brainstorm out loud now, Miss Maxwell. What if we do buy it for 80 grand? Which again, I wouldn't pay 80 grand for it, just telling you, right? Let's just say 60. You buy this thing for 60 grand. It's got 3 units. You bring in another one from somewhere that's like 2 or 3 grand, but you put 2 or 3 grand in it to bring it back up to par. You got 4 units now that are at least a 2-bed, 1 bath. Somebody do the math on that now. How many bedrooms am I renting out now? 4 units, and they're all 2-bed, 1 bath. So that means 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 beds now multiplied by Katara, your number in South Carolina. Does it make sense now, Katara? Anybody else? Does those numbers make sense now? Will you spend 60 to 80 grand on this mini mobile home park, renting by the room, which means you got to go evict somebody, which may take time and cost money, but now implement your model? Will the math make sense for you now? I want a few of y'all to put an answer to that at the bottom. And before I just skip to the bottom, I'm going to stay on track and continue reading the chats. You put in paint where most can't. I read that earlier. Thank you for that. What's going on, Uriah? Pool table green. Chris is funny. I like Chris. Chris said, I'm pool table green, but I'm ready and willing, and this is my dream too. Wow. Good stuff, Chris. Chris, it's people like you, bro, why I come here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday religiously and do this. Because if it only catches one person, and I'm sure it caught more, but I've done my job. Because years ago, I said, God, if you let me quit this sorry job I got making 28 grand a year and get me what I'm trying to go, I said, God, I promise I'll come back and I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do that right now. Guys, without God, I'm a nobody. But with God, most of y'all probably think I'm a genius by now. But guys, I'm not that special. I'm not that great. God just showed me something that was already in my heart, like you, Chris. And he went, he blew on it, said, Derek, it's your turn. And everybody under you, Derek, that you will ever teach this to, as long as they keep the love of God, the love for people, and some patience in their heart, they're going to succeed at this. Guys, it's hard to fail at this when affordable housing is such a problem. So again, Chris, you are the kind of people that I come here to do this for. Now, there's a lot of old timers here, and they just keep learning and keep growing. But it's our newer people like you, Chris. I hope you join us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday now. I hope you go and check out those 645 videos I got on my YouTube channel. Like, nobody teaches this subject better than us. Just saying. Now, before I go and look at that stuff, I'm still reading. Chris said he pool table green, but he ready. And Chris, I'll be honest, big bro, I prefer you to be that way. I was coaching a new family member of ours today. In fact, Miss Betty, if you're here, shout me out in the chat. Super excited for Betty and her family out there in Avon Park. Tia, you probably know what Avon Park is. That's your new sister, Tia, now Miss Betty down there in Avon Park. But she said, Derek, I'll admit, bro, like, I've heard this from you and I love it, but Derek, I don't know what I'm doing or what this is. But she bought our coaching because she trusted. She felt the love of God and seen the love of God in us. And now she got her first coaching today. Now we're on this long journey together. And she said, Derek, I don't know. I say, perfect. I say, I prefer people that come to me that don't know nothing because I don't have to erase any of your bad habits now. So people that come to us on a zero slate of knowledge of this, perfect. That's my favorite. Okay, so don't feel bad about that. So I'm still scrolling. Section 8 in shared housing. No, Angela. Angela, if you're still here, I'm just seeing that. Section 8 was me just saying now, Angela, just a regular Section 8. That regular mom, dad, and 3 kids, Angela. Or excuse me, most of the time it's mom, dad, and her 2 kids. Excuse me, not mom and dad. Most of the time it's just mom or it's just dad. I haven't seen a whole lot of Section 8 where it's a 2-parent household. So Angela, no, I don't want you to mix that up. Now, there is certain parts of the states, Georgia and other areas that are doing what they call single room occupancy with Section 8. That does exist. But when I say Section 8 with mobile homes, I'm talking about the family again. So no, Angela, I'm glad I saw that and went back. So Angela, shout me out if you're still here. Let me know if you caught that. Patricia said, are we housing families, Mr. D? Absolutely, we are now, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, with this mobile home model, yes. Right. And I'll admit, Patricia, I've always wanted to sell homes to people that couldn't afford to buy a house. This is that way that we're going to be able to sell people mobile homes on terms. So let's just say, Patricia, I go and buy a mobile home for $5,000, put $5,000 in it and rehab and sell it for $30,000. This family maybe can't afford to give me $30,000, which is still very affordable, versus $330,000. But what if I take a $3,000 deposit and they pay me $600 monthly? They take care of their own lot rent. Because when we sell on terms, Miss Patricia, and lucky for you, sis, you're a coaching client, so you will get a full breakdown of all of this. But watch this, Miss Potts. They may not have that $30,000 and say, well, Derek, here go $30,000 cash, bro. Derek, we do got $3,500 and we can afford $500 a month. Now I'm collecting passive income by providing affordable housing once again. 2 of y'all typing, that makes sense. Now, if you lost, let me know too. But that's another way that we're going to be able to provide housing for people, Miss Patricia, and sell them the asset and not rent it. Some people, Miss Patricia, yeah, they're going to want to rent it. But Patricia, in case if you just joined us, I showed text messages of people that say, Derek, if you get another one, call me. Derek, do you get this in this area, that area, that area? And I'm saying, yep, I sure do, yep. So I'm taking out the need of people. And lucky for me, I got a VA. I'm putting Jess all over this. Jess loves the idea. If y'all know who Jess is, that's my assistant or one of them. She loves the idea of being able to get into the mobile home parks now. I've already taught Jess the spiel of what to say so that when Jess does it by phone, she can do it and then send me physically. Lord have mercy. So for you people that are under our coaching, you guys are going to get this coaching not only for yourself, but to also give it to your VA, and they can help you give this spiel, right? Make sense? Okay, so I'm still scrolling. Are we housing families? I answered that one. Ted Talks says that a hero's dose of mushrooms cures stuttering, but I think I study too much. Chris, I wish I would have saw that when you actually typed it. Chris, I jokingly say that about myself all the time. And I was coaching a lady today. She said, like, Derek, you stutter? I was like, you ain't heard me yet. But again, if you've been around me long enough, you would you'll hear it, right? And I tell people that the only time I stutter really that if I'm excited or nervous about what I'm doing. So in the beginning, when I was trying to convince people to, hey, can you rent me your house? I wanted to start my program. Man, I was stuttering so bad, y'all, I couldn't even hardly get it out. People would just hang up on me. And eventually God gave me the words to say and how to say it. And it came out like you hearing me now, not stuttering. But I've been stuttering, y'all, since birth. Like I was born that way. So excitement or nervous or just sometimes just because I just stutter. Okay. So that's funny. See, I just did it. We're looking for all age parks. Yep. All age. This is where you guys would just kind of come in and back to me. Guys, if you got a question, I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom. Go ahead and put it in now. I'm answering all questions in the chat. If Qatar isn't listening, I am. That's what Angela said. Uriah said, I'm listening and I own some mobile homes. Good stuff, Uriah. We never knew that, big bro. I love that. He's also a ILF Master Blueprint member. It takes too much sense Now, that was too long for me to even remember what that might have been about. Let me see. I'm hearing, Tasha Edwards, you're over there where Katara is. So I got a lot of people in South Carolina. One of the areas I wish to kind of go to also do this and maybe even own a park, because it's very affordable there versus where I live at. Now, you guys live there, so y'all gonna think just regular. But in terms of where you live at, Miss Edwards, and if you're still here, shout me out in the chat, because I like talking to people when they're here. But if you gone, I'll just change it. But for Miss Edwards, who's in South Carolina, you need to hook up with Katara. Well, actually, first step is watch that webinar, right? Get with me on the phone and let's get you started, right? And then if you do take our coaching and all of that stuff, I'm gonna hook you up with a lot of people right there in South Carolina, with Katara Johnson being one of them. Okay. Let's see. And she said, I know Katara is listening though. She said that in parentheses. Katara said, yeah, I am here. She said, Angela, with a bunch of A's on the end. Where is my business besties at? All right, Tia, that's what I'm talking about. You're ahead of the game, Uriah. Good stuff. You are. Uriah, let me know in the chat. Are those in parks or they're on their own land? Because if they're in parks, that means you've already kind of done what we're talking about. You built the relationship, but you also may not be doing this model. So I would love to know from Uriah. Let us know in the chat, Uriah. He's family to us, you all. So that would be cool. And I'm almost to the bottom. So guys, if you got a question, go ahead and put it. I'll run right into it. I was joking, Katara. I know you're listening, sis. Uriah, God has already opened the door for you with the mobile homes. Yep. Tia said up for sale. That was Tia talking about her motorcycle, y'all. So for anybody that's been on our page and you heard me joke with Tia about riding a motorcycle, Tia has a really, really nice motorcycle, like a nice one. And let me not insult Tia to try to tell you what's the name of it or what it's called. But if any of you guys are familiar with like choppers, what I would call a chopper or motorcycle, and Tia, correct me if I'm wrong, but she's got like a chopper times 50. Like, it's a nice bike. And Tia, everybody know that she loves this bike. But guess what Tia thought of the first time she heard me talk about this whole mobile home thing? Because Tia is already in real estate, y'all. And that's why I pick on her so much. She's already in real estate. Her family's in it. Her grandmother was in it. And it's just going from generation to generation. Tia would now be the first person in her generation to now probably get into mobile homes. And that's why she sold that dadgum motorcycle. Or excuse me, selling it. So it's up for sale. So Tia, might as well put it in the chat now. I let the cat out the bag. Tell them what kind of motorcycle, what year, where they can go see it at. Put the link in the chat. I think she got it for like $6,500. Sounds like to me, Tia trying to buy a mobile home, y'all. You see her, Katara? Katara, you see what Tia doing? And watch this, y'all. Before I get to my favorite text message, because I haven't showed y'all my favorite yet. I'm saving it to the end for everybody that stick it out. I'm gonna finish with the messages in the chat. I see what you were doing. I see you, Kay. Kay said I see you. Oh, okay, Kay. Got you. I didn't know that, Miss Kay. I see what you put in there on chat. No problem, Kay. I actually coach a lady that's also visually impaired, so no problem. Kay, that is not a problem at all. In fact, Miss what's her name? Miss B. I'll just say B. Miss B, if you're in here, shout us out in the chat. Let Kay know that she is not alone, visually impaired or not. If God has put on your heart to house people and to get into the game of real estate to create generational wealth for you and your family, no problem. We will not let the visual impairedness stop your dream. So no problem. Okay. Let's see. I can see it, but I'm using my laptop. I can see it. If somebody is watching on their phone, it might be a little small. Yep, I figured it was, but and this was last minute for me to give it to my team to post it, but I really wanted y'all to see it. So, and then a lot of y'all texting, wow, at that point when I was asking that. Okay, I'm almost at the end, you guys. It's been up more than 90 days. Till, you talking about the motorcycle? What you say has been up? No. You talking about the mobile home? No, you just posted the motorcycle. Until you said something was off of Claude. Yep, sure is off of Claude Homes. Yep, sure is. Tia says I'm already there. I love it. Let me see. Miss Julia said, yes, we can see it. Kay is from Kentucky. Good stuff. I'm coaching a lady right now out of oh man, she's new to us too. That's Miss she's not Frankfurt. She's out of Louisville. So we got people down there in Louisville that we're coaching. Tarsha's in South Carolina over there where Katara and Harry and Myra is. Tarsha says doing it now. So I'm assuming you were going to Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all my favorite post of tonight. I ain't going to let y'all wait. I can scroll on my own. Watch this, y'all. Here's my favorite one of all time. This is a text message, ladies and gentlemen. Wait. Let me read it first to make sure I'm on the right one. Oh, yeah. Here's a text message you guys are aware, again, building relationships. Here's another park and another listing that I replied to. And the lady said, Derek, you can't do this in this park, bro. And guys, I like that so that I can move on fast. Derek, you can't rent in here. Derek, you can't fix and flip in here. And Derek, you can't wholesale none of these properties. But are you reading and looking at what she told me? And if you ain't got your glasses on, I'm going to read it for you because as you can see, I jumped straight to the meat of it because the mobile home was $8,000, needed nothing done to it. Lot rent was $480. Lord have mercy. Is this an all-aged park? What have I been telling y'all for the last 10 minutes? We look for all-age parks. She put, yes, it is an all-age park. Perfect. We're keeping it simple. Do they allow renting the unit? Nope. I like that. Keep it real with me, Katara. Don't lie to me because I can be able to move on fast, Tiffany. Okay. Do you know? Watch me build a relationship, y'all. Through a text message. She don't know me. She don't see my face. Don't know my voice. This is for the people that are afraid to get on the phone to do it because this is how I really want you to do it. I'm teaching my virtual assistant to do this whole spiel now, but watch this. Derek got to do it first, y'all. Okay, do you know of any parks that would allow it? Watch her tell me my mission. Watch me tell her my mission. We fix mobile homes and provide affordable housing for veterans. Notice I didn't go all into that mental health, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, schizoid. Katara, notice I didn't go all in talking about the homeless. I'm giving y'all the verbiage if you're listening. Katara, look how simple I kept that. Somebody write in the chat, that's smart. Give me two of y'all that agree with that. Like, wow, that was smart, Derek. Keep it simple. We fix mobile homes and provide affordable housing for veterans. We're looking for parks we can add value to, Tiffany, by fixing them up and renting them. And Lord have mercy, look at what she replied, Katara. This is what it looks like when you're building a relationship and the people are working for you now. I don't know Miss Eileen from a can of paint, but look at what she wrote. Because if you ain't got your glasses on, I'm going to read it. If you give me today to research something for you with other agents, I probably could come up with something for you tomorrow. Guess who's looking forward to that tomorrow? Or she said, let me find my spot. Would you like to call me back tomorrow or text me back and I will give you some answers? Thank you. Lord have mercy, Miss Edwards. Tarsha, is this making any sense? Now, Miss Edwards, you new to us. And you don't know me as good as a lot of other people do. But Miss Edwards, am I making sense at all how easy this is by text message? And I'm looking at units that are $5, $4, and $3,000. Not telling you to go find a house in your city for $230,000, $400,000 where you live at, Tiffany. My people in Miami, $400,000. I'm showing y'all houses, properties, whatever you want to call them, manufactured homes for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 under is my model right now, y'all. I ain't looking at nothing over $10,000 unless owner financing is allowed. If I can't go in with a down payment, y'all, I'll admit my model and how I'm doing it, I'm giving y'all all my business. I'm looking at $10,000 or under, but preferably $5,000 or under. I can go borrow that from Teal. Tiffany will send me $2,000 right now if I asked her hard enough for it. Come on, y'all. Y'all serious? Katara send me $1,000 right now if I beg hard enough for it. Now I'm being a little facetious here, but I'm being real about how I'm showing y'all I got enough relationships in this room right now to raise $5,000. Watch this, because somebody gonna think I'm a liar. Put in the chat, type in the chat right now, me, if you're willing to give me $2,000. Just on the standpoint of our relationship, you know how I do business. We do the same thing together. Oh, and your return in terms of what you want coming back. Give me a couple people, and if I don't see a few names in here, I'm going to get mad because I think my relationship is already with you. Watch this. If you knew you wouldn't lose the money, who right now would give me $2,000? Most of my coaching clients should be the first ones to jump in there too. Y'all know how I move. I taught you we move together. And I ain't gonna even look at the chat yet. I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna even go yet. I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna finish reading this post. But please put in the chat right now, if you didn't have the fear of losing money and you had it, and I asked you for $2,000 to go and buy a mobile home that cost me $4,000, and you know my plan and how I move, please type me in the chat. In fact, I lied. I want to see it. Who typed me? I want to just see it because I know good and that gun well. I got enough people in it. And see that, there it go. Here we go. Angela, Teal, Katara, Tiffany, Tarsha, Mary, and Charmaine. Exactly what I'm talking about. Now watch this point that I'm going to make from that. If you right now don't have in your circle 5 people you can get $1,000 from, to invest in this dream, you might need to reevaluate your circle. Really quickly, not being funny, but if you can't tap on 3 or 4 people right now for $500 for $1,000, because all we're talking about today, I'm keeping it under $5,000, y'all. Except for my people in California, because y'all expensive, Oregon, Washington, New Jersey, but everybody else, most of the areas that you guys live in, they'll give you a mobile home if you find the right one. You just got to fix it up and add the value to it so that they can collect lot rent. Lord have mercy. Look at all the wows and the me's in the chat. So that's why I say that if you don't got a couple people that know how you move, know how you get down, that they won't go in with you, because watch this. I'm not asking none of the people that type the word me to give me the $2,000 and just that's it. We're going to go half on it. So that means to tell me I got, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. That is, wow. So 2 times, what was that? How many people is that? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 people times, that's $14,000, y'all. I can go buy 2 mobile homes and 3 if I'm careful with $14,000. 2 if I just want to move in them and just start now. 3 if I want to buy some fixer-uppers and make more money in the long run. That's the only reason why I asked that question, y'all. If you catching this late or the replay tomorrow or 3 weeks from now, you still type the word me. Because I just want to know. And the point still being proven is that, again, if you can't look around in your immediate circle, it don't have to be your family. Qatar can call me right now and say, hey, Derek, man, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but I got Tiffany, Tia, Mary, and Angela, and the Johnson family, the Anderson family, and the Claude family on the phone, and we all kind of want to go in together. And Derek, I know we got to get an operating agreement, but Derek, boy, you sure make that group economic thing sound easy if all of us go in together and buy it. Qatar can make a call like that tonight. Can you? And that's not to pick on anybody. Don't type nothing in the chat. Don't say me. Don't say nothing at that point. But just take a look at your circle around you, because now this investment that you always thought you had to make isn't as big as what you always thought. It's not a house now. We're talking about a mobile home that you can buy with somebody. So my prayer and that my ask of you all is to start asking your loved ones and the people that you're connected to, hey, bro, man, I was introduced to this mobile home thing. And man, you know, we can get a mobile home for $3,000, dog, for free, for $8,000, for $10,000, and we can do it together. Just make sure that your big brother told you to get an operating agreement to make sure that everybody's on the same page so that Tia don't change her mind 3 weeks into the rehab to my Derek. Derek, man, I want to start a pizza shop now, Derek. I don't want no mobile home. Come on, Tia. But an operating agreement, Tia said, if I change my mind in 6 months, no matter what's happened, y'all get all the money, you get everything, I just get kicked out. Great. I'm being funny. Tia wouldn't do that, but you get where I'm going with that, right? Perfect. Watch the other side of this text message, because I'm not done with this text. Watch this text. I put absolutely. Thank you. My name is. Because even though she saw it, I think from the messenger thing or whatever app that was, I still wanted her to know what my name was. Look what she put. Great. Sounds good. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow with answers. Have a great day. Do y'all see what just happened right there, Mary? Mary Owens, don't miss this. Mary, you see how I just created a relationship through text message? And Mary, the reason why I say this, Mary, because Mary, you're lucky, Mary. You're a superstar. You love talking to people. You're not afraid of that, Mary. And you got a VA. Mary's got a virtual assistant, y'all, that does great on the phone and behind the scenes. But Mary, what if you were somebody that were afraid to start conversations and talk to people? Your big brother just showed you how to go to Facebook Marketplace or Zillow or MH Village. Stay away from Zillow. And contact the people through there and hide your face. Somebody right now that's kind of afraid of that should be saying, oh, Lord, he just saved me then. Don't type it in the chat. Don't let me know. Keep it a secret. But somebody should be saying, oh, he just saved me then, boy. Wow. Dare said I can do all this behind a text message. Yes. And like usual, look at Angela Brooks. Typed in the chat, just text a person for a 1-1 in the land. That means Angela's doing this as she's listening to me. Watch this. Angela, I'm going to ask you some questions already from the coaching you just got tonight. Angela, did you find out if it was an all-age park? Did you find out if you could rent the unit, Angela? Did you find out could you flip the property if you want to just fix it and resell it? Because if not, I'm going to say ask all of that stuff. If you did, I'm going to say congratulations. Because Angela, again, is doing what we call move at the speed of instruction. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite text of all the ones I showed you, because this is the relationship who can work faster than me and that can build a relationship faster than me. Because guess who's going to teach this lady, Miss Eileen, the spiel that I would normally give the people anyway? I'm going to say, Miss Eileen, this is what I do as I told you. And they trust you already, Miss Eileen, as a respected realtor. But here is my spiel that you can add to it. Remember the veteran thing, Miss Eileen, and how we take people from homeless? Yeah, add that now. How genius is that? Can 5 of y'all type in the word genius? Because listen to what I just told you. The coaching that I just gave y'all tonight, how cool is it that I give that to somebody like Tiffany Walker, who's already a realtor? Because guess what Tiffany got on all of us, y'all? She's a realtor. She already comes trusted in real estate. If Tiffany gives this spiel versus any of us, guess who's going to sound a little bit better? Tiffany. She's already trusted as a realtor. Hey, Mr. Jones, my client, Katara, this is what she does. She takes people from homeless to hopeful. She works with park managers like yourself to do something they call the shared living environment. They only want to work with all age parks and people that don't mind them doing their model with inside their park. What Katara specializes in is guaranteeing you guys lot rent, which is most important for you as a mobile home park. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, is somebody catching it? Somebody type, I'm catching this. Tasha, are you catching this? Miss K, like, are you catching what I'm putting down, as the young folks say? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm giving you the spiel, which is going to be in a course 3 weeks from now that people are going to pay for. Wow. I hope also the Anderson and an Anderson family can see the value in our coaching. If you guys, because you guys are texting me now, so I'm going to put y'all on Front Street. If you guys are impressed by what you're getting right here, can you imagine what the one-on-one coaching is like when it's just me and you? I'm teaching y'all as a whole right now. As a family. Can you imagine, Anderson family, what this coaching is like when it's catered to you, your family, and your city, and your goals? Because you and Tia goals are different. You and Katara goals are different. You and Angela goals are different. But once again, I built a relationship with the lady that don't even know me and are already working for me to find the parks that allow me to do what I do. Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm moving on from that. I made my point. Let me see. Let me check something. Yep. I showed you guys all of it because that was the first one, and then that was the last one. So just a quick recap again. This is somebody that had a mobile home park, didn't necessarily kind of like the numbers there. I don't remember seeing. Let me go back and see if I can see, because I asked you guys what were y'all thoughts on that part. I need to finish scrolling down. So lots of me type stuff. Love that. So you guys trust me. You trust the vision. And you trust what this is. But most importantly, guys, forget you trusted me. You trust the price point. That's what you really trust. You trust that I didn't ask you for 30 grand because I'm trying to go buy a house for 440 grand. You trust that, wow, Derek only need 2 grand. And he said the place only costs 4,500. My money's safe for that investment. That's what you really thinking. Make sense? Watch this, Mary. Yep. Angela said, yes, it's an all-age park. I asked if I can rent it. She probably waiting on that response because she just responded genius. Somebody typed, I'm catching this. Perfect. You guys are catching, and that's what I want to make sure of, because, again, if it's only one person, great. But if multiple people catch it, no problem. Camille, you say you catching it. Perfect. So, again, Anderson family, you guys literally got a taste of what our one-on-one coaching is like. Imagine this on steroids times 10. Because remember, I'm coaching y'all from a bunch of different places right now. Our coaching is involved in 37 states out of the 50. Okay. So we're welcoming new states, of course, all the time. But I coach a lot of people. But imagine this coaching being one-on-one to you. So again, if you guys text the phrase scholarship, just that one word scholarship, to 407-326-0086, that'll get you our coaching, but it also would add a little bit of a scholarship to help with price. It don't cover the whole, it's not a full ride, right? But it does knock a little ding out of it. So the one-on-one coaching is $7,500. The 6-month program is $3 grand, and the do-it-yourself version is $997. Okay, so if that's something that you guys wanted, let us know. I'm going to remove this now, and I'm going to do one more thing for the third Johnson family that's in here, not Katara's family and not Tia's family. But for the other Johnson family, that would be cool if you guys were related. They were asking to show pictures of examples. So here's just a few examples of some mobile homes. They can be anything from a mobile home to a manufactured home, kind of the same. It can be older. And in my coaching and in that little mini training that I'll give specific years that I want you guys to kind of stay in. I'll go deeper on that once I kind of drop a little mini course on it. But there's obviously some people that do teach this. They want you to stay within a certain amount of years, like meaning don't buy a mobile home if it's under a 1985, right? Now, that's not my personal number yet, but there are a certain number that people go by. I'll go deeper into that. To me, I'll admit, I don't care what the year is. If we can rehab it and it can be fixed to the inside to look like this, I don't care the year. Because, guys, remember, with the mobile home game, we're concerned about cash flow, not equity. This is not the equity play. When you go buy that block building, that's when we talk about equity, right? So when Shay and I bought this building for what I'm going to call pennies on the dollar for like 140, and we put rehab in it, now it's worth 400 plus, that's building equity, right? Building another bedroom in it, put an additional closet, added a bedroom, all of that stuff, equity. But when we're talking about mobile homes, cash flow, big difference, okay? I'll also be breaking that down in the course that I will eventually create and what the difference in those two are. Right here, kind of some of my favorites. I'll admit, I've been seeing a lot of these. But again, guys, the inside will absolutely blow your mind. So what I'm finding out, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people don't do a lot of rehab to the outside of a mobile home. I don't know why. But a lot of the ones I've walked into already, this is what the inside looks like. Nothing like the outside. So me personally, just to put my own little spin on it, I'm going to spray paint every mobile home we get. And not spray paint, you know what I mean, but paint it, right? And probably pick one color that they all will eventually be, right? So again, these are a lot of the ones that I'm finding for free, 500, 1,000, and under. Because again, the year, the make, the model, and most times if it's sitting vacant in the park, Charmaine, they're not collecting lot rent, Remember, the park's main goal is collecting lot rent. So again, for the Anderson family, this is kind of what they look like. This was kind of more on the bougier side. Somebody may call this a manufactured home, right? Mobile home, manufactured. In my verbiage, as I go further and further in this, I'm going to try to get away from saying mobile home. Try to spruce it up, manufactured. Just like sometimes, depending on who I'm speaking to, I don't use the word homeless or homelessness. I use the word displaced. Make sense? Somebody type that in the chat. There's a difference, or sometimes depending on who you're talking to, I may use the word homeless or displaced. Just depends on who I'm talking to. So a lot of our coaching, Miss Edwards, and a lot of you newer people to us, a lot of our coaching, like verbiage really matters. Even my pastor uses this phrase that says language is a locator, right? So you got to be careful of how you word things and how you phrase stuff. Language, the power of the tongue is powerful, y'all. So a lot of our coaching depends on who we're talking to, right? It also matters in what we're saying. So that's just a small lesson, but soon you may not hear me use the word mobile home anymore, only for teaching purposes so that people know what it is. Sometimes if you say manufactured home, people don't know what you're talking about, right? So a lot of these I love, again, very simple, usually in that $3 to $5 grand range. Got a carport for them to park their car, their scooter, bicycle, or golf cart. And again, lot rent in this place was like under 500. So again, Anderson family, this is what they look like, not rocket science. The only difference is now that if you met me 5 days ago, 10 days ago, 30 days ago, I told you never get a mobile home unless it's on its own land. Today, we're different about that now. Because if we build a relationship with park managers that we find on Facebook Marketplace, tell them what we're doing, we're going to absolutely do this inside of parks now. Does that make sense, everybody? So as we begin to close, because I don't want to keep y'all too long. I went long again tonight anyway, right? I went over 2 hours today. But I just want to show y'all the vision and the concept of shared housing, but also with inside of the mobile home park. So look forward, guys, to some just great information, more and more of this stuff. I'll be dropping a little mini course here very soon. A lot of it's going to consist of what I talked about, because everybody's asking me already, how do I find it? How do you know that you can do this inside of it? And again, guys, verbiage, forget about price. You need permission. I'm going to make that a whole slide. Forget about price. We'll worry about price later. Do I have permission to do this in here? Permission is more important than price. Type that in the chat. Permission is more important than price. Permission is more important than price. And last time, forget about price. We need permission. Bang. Okay. So, and then the very last one, again, this is a mobile home that was actually free, right? Come get it. Make your offer. It's free. Just fix it up. Oh, and by the way, some of the parks told me, Derek, if you buy it, we paint it and do all the skirting on us. Really? So I've seen posts that say, Derek, if you buy it, we paint it and do all the skirting. That's that stuff at the bottom, y'all, that goes around it. It kind of looks like, kind of reminds you of a picket fence. Most mobile homes have it at the bottom. That's how you access it, because if it don't have skirting, it looks kind of weird. It looks more homely or homey if it has skirting. Okay. So those are just, and again, here's a kind of what I would call a more of a nicer one. Some people put these on concrete, and there's a way also, guys, that you can turn this from a mobile home and make it actual real estate. But you have to bound the property to the land. It's a lot that kind of goes into that. Fairly easy process, though. And then as long as it's on its own land and it's bound to the property, I'll use that term bound, you can actually call it real estate now, and it can be evaluated just like a regular house. So that's the advantage, and that's also something that we're looking forward to doing, is buying real estate inside of, or on its own land. Okay? So Angela says, found a 1-1 in Lakeland, all age, lot rent is $700, and it can be rented. They want $8 grand for it. So again, guys, it don't take a rocket science to say, man, if I spend $8 grand one time on something, the lot rent is $700. But what if I find a military veteran in that area? Or again, now you do the research in that area, Angela, and find out what is the 1-bedroom apartment going for? What's the 1-bedroom studio going for? But now they own this. You can sell this sell it to them outright. You can sell it to them on terms, or you can rent it to them and then make the cash flow from what you owe on lot rent. So if the lot rent is $700, in my mind, this need to be a $1,500 unit. Make it really nice. Bring it to one person that's Angela, can you think of all the people that we get calls for right now that want their own apartment, their own studio, and they actually have the income? But with our shared housing, we don't have that. Now we do. That's where you go get that 1-1 at. Right? And again, your goal, Angela, because in my mind, I'll admit, forget about that $8,000. Because I'll admit I ain't paying $8,000 either. I'm probably gonna pay $5,000 because I'm gonna talk him down. But in my mind, I'm gonna forget about that $5,000 real fast. I'm only concerned with that $700 that come every month. How much more can I make over that $700 is my goal. Make sense? So that's how you're looking at that. And I will start by, again, looking at what does it cost for a 1-bedroom or a studio in that area. Okay, so let's take a quick break. Let's get a quick word from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So as we're getting ready to close, I think I knocked out every question in the chat. If I happen to have missed it, you let me know. I'm going to move this down right here really quickly. And just remind you guys to make sure that you follow us at Second Chance Housing. That's my personal housing program. I don't just teach it, I do it. So follow me at Facebook and Instagram at Second Chance Housing, right? And also just know that we do have apparel that you guys can also get from the Angela Denise Foundation by donating to that. That's my wife's nonprofit. So as you guys know, if you donate to Shay, she's going to make you some kind of shirt, sweater, baby bill, onesie, or something of your choice, right? So consider that as well. And we always jokingly ask people, are you ready to resign from your job yet? After hearing all of this, are you ready to resign from your job? If so, man, make sure that you consider the coaching that we've talked about tonight. Again, that ILF Mastery Blueprint. And everything that you may want from us is on scholarship. And again, scholarship doesn't mean free, but it'll absolutely knock a dent in that price for you. So again, our consultation services are, again, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the ILF Mastery Accelerator, and the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, the one-on-one coaching is $7,500, comes with all of the paperwork, all of the documents, and we build out your website and a bunch of more stuff. The ILF Accelerator is a 6-month program. It mimics the blueprint, but it's 6 months long instead of for life. That was $3,000. And then the do-it-yourself version, meaning it's kind of the same. You just don't get me personally, but you get some recorded stuff, right? We still give you all the paperwork, all the documents. We build your website, all of that foundation stuff that you need. You're still privy to all of that. Most importantly, paperwork. A lot of people ask us for that. Our paperwork alone, guys, is over $8,000, right? So our leases, handbook, the paperwork that you need alone to do this costs us $8,000 for a lawyer to build it and write it out, right? So when we tell you guys that our coaching is an absolute no-brainer, even at the highest point, which is $7,500, guys, that's under even what the paperwork costs that we give you, okay? So a little bit of a breakdown in terms of what's involved in it is right here on the screen. You guys can feel free to take a picture of that. You can also find it at forsterconsultants.com/products and services. So as I said, the coaching, the business consulting comes with that, the logo build out, website, virtual assistant service, the HRA contents. Remember, we teach you guys how to do this if you never had a house. That's called housing referral agency. How do you use your cell phone by itself and make money from it, right? Just by referring people to housing. So that coaching is inside of that, all the paperwork, how to acquire the property, the MSI group coaching. Remember, that was a 5-week program that was $4,500 by itself. We put that also inside of here. And also all of the exclusive communities that we have in terms of the VA stuff, the one-on-one coaching. They all have their own exclusive private communities. We also put you guys in that. The ILF Accelerator, again, mimics the blueprint. But again, guys, it's only $3,000 and it's only for a 6-month program. So this one is only really recommended if you already come to me and you have a property. I tell a lot of people, if you come to me and you got a property already, you're probably 50% further than most people I'll ever teach this to, okay? Because one of the biggest hurdles of this game is getting the real estate to do it in. That's why this mobile home game is going to be so powerful mixed with this coaching now. So can't say enough about that. The MSI group coaching, all the paperwork, all the ebooks, all the courses, everything that you need to be successful is in this. But again, hard stop at 6 months. So my recommendation, don't get this one unless you really know what you're doing or you got a property already. And now we just take off running and you only need those 6 months. And this one, do it at your own pace. This is our do it at your own pace version. It's called the DIY, do it yourself. And again, most importantly, we build your website still. You still get all the HRA contents, all the documents. How in the world do we get the property, Derek? All that coaching's in there. And again, the MSI group coaching, that was $4,500 by itself. Looking for y'all, I recorded it. And each week of 5 weeks were over 3 hours long, guys, are getting the same coaching that the blueprint people get. The only difference is that you can't call me on this plan. This is a do-it-yourself, go at your own pace, but I still give you everything including the CRM system, the website, your phone system, your email capabilities, your text messaging capabilities. All of that's built into the CRM because lucky for y'all, we own the digital marketing company. So I'm able to build your website without it being a cost to you. So I pay my team, you don't. The monthly, I think you call it the hosting fee is on you. And what's cool about that, we give y'all the plan that costs $297 a month. We give it to you guys for $37, right? So when you guys happen to get one of these packages, either one, you don't pay the $297. We give it to you and you only pay $397 for that. $37 for the monthly plan to have your website hosted. So those are all the 3 ways to get into what we do. And then of course, the free way is what you heard tonight. So if you were impressed by this and you enjoy this over 2-hour and 20-minute session, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And like we also tell people, you guys don't owe us nothing. But if you could give us a 5-star Google review, we would absolutely appreciate it. And to be honest with you, that's all you guys would owe me. So if I could find that, I'll try to pull it up real quick. And then as I always tell people, move at the speed of instruction. God has told most of y'all to get into something like this anyway, right? So it didn't take me to come here today to tell you. Now, maybe it took me to come here to encourage you, but somebody also type in the chat the word me. If you feel like God has called you to help people and be involved in real estate to create financial breakthrough for you and your family, type me in the chat. Because I can't be the only one that believes that. If you believe that God wants you to create generational wealth to be able to feed your family, if you think God wants you to help people, be involved in real estate and be a change in your city when it comes to affordable housing, type me in the chat. In fact, I'm going to do it too because I thought that 8 years ago and I did it. So type me in the chat. I'm going to bring up something right here really quick I want you guys to see. And again, that saying says move at the speed of instruction. And there's another one that's called move at the speed of revelation. So if I were you guys, that just simply means that when you get the understanding of how powerful something is and how it can change your life, you need to move on it. It's almost like, why would you wait to move on something that was so powerful that could change your life? Watch me bring up something real quick. Let me see if I can find this old thing here. Let me see. And again, thank y'all so much for hanging out to the end. We super appreciate it. I would only ask that you guys also share it with somebody, a family member or a friend. Share this room, share the information. And definitely don't procrastinate, because procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. So, Mr. Eric, just by your picture, you look like a cool dude to me. I guarantee you God has already told you in some way to help people. You've probably in some way wanted to be involved in real estate in some way. Most people, when they find us, they're like, wow, man, like, Derek, I wouldn't do Airbnb before I found y'all, but this is more meaningful. And then some people actually own real estate already, but when they find us, it's like, man, I can do that. Absolutely. My thing is just don't procrastinate. So take a picture of that. Read this daily. God, help me not procrastinate and be arrogant and assume you're going to give me more time for something, God, you've already told me to do. And you kind of gave me the provision to also do it. You put the Forston family right in my face. You put this loudmouth guy on YouTube and dropped him right on my channel as I was scrolling on my lunch break. Most of y'all found me through YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, right? The power of social media. You would have never found me if I wasn't running my big mouth. And that's what I want most of y'all to do tonight. Go be nosy on my page. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Soak up this free information that I just give away. Because I promised God many years ago, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. So I don't take no credit for any of this, y'all. I barely graduated high school, and my wife tricked me to go to college. Through the grace of God, I graduated, landed a job as a social worker, and God showed me my vision and my dream through another lady that was doing it the wrong way, making $41,000 a month, housing people in rats and roaches. And when I saw that, I simply said to myself, why not me? So my message to you all is, somebody type that in the chat real quick. Just type in, why not me? Because most of y'all, if you in this room, this is a dream of yours. You want to help people. You want to be involved in real estate. And you want to make enough money to feed your family. This ain't volunteer work, ladies and gentlemen. So if I hadn't said it, like, I want you to be paid and feed your family from this. That's why this is so genius. It shows the love of God, the love for people, and you can make enough money to feed your family. Remember what we stand for. We want to please God, help people, be respected by the community, and make enough money to feed my family and continue to build the kingdom of heaven. Because somewhere in that good book, one more time, it says something like this. If you put God's plans before yours, if you focus on building the kingdom, put God's ideals, plans, schemes, and all his stuff before you, it says somewhere in the Bible that all of these things that you want will be added unto you. Now, Tiffany will probably give me the cleaner version in the chat, or Angela, somebody help me with that biblically. But basically, if you put the kingdom of God, people, God's people, his commandments, what he told you to do first, that's why I think my life is blessed. Not because I'm so great, because I started a business, a ministry that says, you know what? I'm going to put God first. I'm going to help and house homeless people. God going to respect that, because he said, if I do it unto the least of these, like doing it unto me, and that's going to be my built-in blessing. That's why my other phrase is that, can you imagine having a business where the blessing of God was already built into it? That's what this is. Real estate, social services, and the love of God all wrapped up into one. And you found out today that you can do it in a dadgum mobile home. Don't have to go and buy a $400,000 house. We just brought your dream closer today. Don't have to go and rent a house. Maybe you can go and buy a place that's cheaper than you renting a place. Matthew 6:33. There go Tiffany. I told you. If I mess it up, Tiffany gonna tell me. Tiffany, in fact, if you can just type it in the chat, the whole thing for me, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate that, because I want people to see that. That's what we live by. Focus on the kingdom. In fact, my church right now going through a series of the kingdom. So again, focus on the kingdom. Put God's plans before mine. We got another quote that we live by. Build something that's bigger than you. Build something that will outlast you. I jokingly say this all the time. God and I agreed that I'm going to live to about 114 years old. I'm going to be in great health the whole time. But when I leave this earth at 115 years old, there should be somebody in my lineage running this business, both the coaching side of it and Second Chance Housing, my housing program. Does that make sense? That should be a prayer of y'all's. Katara, you ain't going to live forever. Katara, you're building a beautiful program right there in South Carolina. Tiffany, you got a beautiful program right there in Oklahoma. Tiffany, you're not going to live forever. Who takes this on when you leave, Tiffany? Somebody call that legacy, I think. What legacy will you leave behind? That means Tiffany is building something that's bigger than her. Watch this. Tiffany's family, who's been in this for years and decades and generations, they're passing it to Tiffany. Tiffany's the spring chicken in her family now. Tiffany's got some older folks in her family that's been doing this thing a long time, y'all. But guess what? You keep moving, you keep passing it on. They call that generational wealth. You think Tiffany poor? Nope. Why? Because her family was involved in real estate all the time. And today, again, one more time, you found out today that you can do this in a mobile home. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. But seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness. And all, Tiffany, I love to go all, because we all got wants and needs and things that we want. But there was a direction that says, but seek ye first his kingdom. To me, that I say, Derek, put my ideas before yours. Derek, build something bigger than you. Derek, build something that'll outlast you. Derek, build something that's a part of my kingdom, to where you're doing my will of housing the homeless, the needy, and the displaced. Because the Bible says the poor, the needy, and the widow, we're to take care of them. The Bible says the poor, the needy will always be among us. Seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness. God, I want to be righteous before your eyes. God, can you make me a better person every day? God, can you make me 10 times smarter today than I was yesterday? God, I put you first today. Because God, in fact, you said in your word that if I do that, that you will direct my path. That's biblical. So we're talking like that to God every day, because on your own will, you guys can't do none of this stuff I talked about today, not on your own, but with God's help and relationship with people. That's why in your prayer, God, give me a relationship with you first and favor with you first. But God, follow that up with favor with man. God, when I drive to this part or text these people, allow when I speak, to allow me to speak like the pen of a ready writer. Allow me to be clear and understood. See how I'm just talking regular? Now, oh God, I come to you today, and no. I'm just talking. God, I prayed last week, and I want the people to hear it again this week. God, can you bless my life so much that where we give you all the credit? But God, can you bless my life so much that everybody that I come in contact with, they benefit because I'm involved in it? Lord have mercy. That's a powerful prayer. I want somebody to type that in the chat too. Now, I've been asking that a lot tonight, but can you imagine a prayer like this, Uriah? God, can you bless my life so much that everybody that I'm involved with in business, in life, in ministry, that their lives are better because I'm involved in it. And God will give you all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. See how we still didn't take credit? To me, that is absolutely genius. And that's a great prayer to pray. Because I'm asking y'all to go and talk to people and build relationship. Why not pray the prayer Tiffany taught us 3 months ago, 6 months ago? God, go before me. Tiffany taught us that. What a great prayer. That means, God, before anything I do, before I open my big mouth, before I drive to that place, God, go before me. That means ahead of me. In case if you get lost in that kind of that version of talking, that means, God, can you go ahead of me ahead of time? I'm finna go drive the 2619 Citrus Court, Point Siena, Florida. But God, before I go, can you go ahead of me and make the crooked road straight? Make the hilly road smooth. And God, when I start talking with my stuttering self, can you make it come out smooth and sound like the best thing since sliced bread? That's the way I talk and pray to God. Make sense, everybody? Uriah said, yes, all in parks. I also manage a park and help manage 2 more. I love that. Wow. Uriah, put in the chat where you're located in case anybody can benefit from where you're located. Uriah's in Texas. I'll let him put the area. That's good stuff, man. Me and you ever get on the phone again anytime soon, we need to probably talk about that. Not sure if you've ever thought about this, Uriah. So I'm hoping this shine light on what you're doing. He said, yes, his are all in parks. He said, I also manage a park and help manage 2 more. So it sounds like if you're helping managing it, you got a little leeway in these parks. So Uriah, I hope I've said something tonight that may spark an idea with you all. He said, there's one mobile home park in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and another park in Louisiana. Good stuff. Send me the name to the one in Jacksonville. I'm close to Jacksonville, but I personally live just north of Dallas. So as you guys can see, he's an out-of-town investor, which also is going to be in my course. How in the world do you do this away from where you live at? Because if you're anything like me, other areas may attract you. Like for me, South Carolina is very attracting to me because of the price point. And I'm not so far away, and I got connections there. I know Katara. My accountant is from that area. Lynette's from Charleston, Columbia area. What was it? Summer or Sumter? All those little areas up in there. Like I know people there now, right? So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll be talking about how do you do this from a distance? Because if you live in California, Miss Patricia, how can we do this in South Carolina? It's kind of what I talked about already. You team up with Tia, who lives here already. Make sense? Okay, so guys, I think I'm done. That's probably a good place to put a pin at it. I just want to say thank you guys again for allowing me to brainstorm with you guys out loud. Thank you for allowing me to pour into your life. Thank you that you trusted me to spend 2 hours with me, right? I don't take that for granted. I jokingly told somebody last week that we often get more people that show up here than a lot of people get to show up to their local church. Right. So I don't take that for granted. I know a lot of small churches that would love for 30, 40, 50 people to show up at one time and then another 80 people watch it on a replay. I know small churches that would dream of that. So I don't take that for granted. I'm not a church by any means. I'm not a pastor or a priest or a bishop. We just love God. We love people and we love real estate, just like my shirt say. So as you guys know, I'm always a walking billboard. We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. If you missed the beginning of this room, make sure you catch the replay. Simply all we talked about was how to create a shared living environment. How do we house the homeless and the displaced without a license, without having to own the property? And how can we now do this in a mobile home park? So all we're asking that you guys move at the speed of instruction. Make sure you text that phrase more info to 407-326-0086 is scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen. That'll give you our introductory webinar, but also an opportunity to give me a call so that we can talk about how can we get you started in your city. And I'll admit, for anybody that's new coming on to us, I'm telling you right now, on my new coaching, if you come to me like 95% of y'all that don't have a house, I want our first conversation to be about where's the nearest mobile home park to where you live. That's the only new thing that I'm going to add to my coaching that my older people won't even realize because y'all are in it and most of y'all got houses already. But we're still going to talk about it too if you're an IMB member. But anybody that's new to us, one of the first things of the homework is locate 5 nearest mobile home parks to where you live at. Because most people, that's going to speed up their ability to get into this. No more waiting 3 months, 6 months to find a house. We're going to go to a mobile home park to where they're begging us to rent the place and do our model. So as I said, man, you guys don't owe me a dime other than if you want our coaching one-on-one. Definitely, I would love it if about 8 of y'all can scan that right there. Even if you've been around a long time, you just never done it. I would love that. You don't owe me a dime today, but if you guys can scan that QR code and give us a 5-star Google review and just say you appreciate us or the information or open your eyes to the mobile home, whatever it is, I won't kind of guide that. Long as you hit that 5, that's all that we're concerned with. We appreciate it. And as I always pray that if you do give us a 5-star Google review, I pray that God blesses you. And you know why? Because a lot of people make a decision after they read a Google review. So if somebody reads your review and come back and spend money with us through coaching, I pray that God bless you. So this is a two-way thing. I'm going to appreciate it, but I also pray that God blesses you because you help somebody else make a decision because you've heard the good news of what this is, and maybe the other people haven't. So I would definitely appreciate that. If you guys can leave us a 5-star, about 80 of y'all, if y'all can do that, we would absolutely love that. It's also a part of the scholarship anyway. So let's just say if you're one of the people that we're going to take scholarship, to get that scholarship, that's part of it too, is to leave a 5-star Google review. And right there, that'll alleviate probably $1,000 right there off of the one-on-one coaching plan. And then the other 2, they'll drop also in its respective amount. Okay. So again, if you're looking for coaching, I would go ahead and do that review anyway, because that's a part of it. Other than that, man, thank y'all so much. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to pray y'all out of here. And again, if we don't get crazy busy tomorrow, we're supposed to be live tomorrow, But as y'all notice, Mondays and Saturdays are absolute concrete. Tuesdays kind of play into a lot of what we have going on during the week. So sometimes we're just actually not able to get here, but usually we'll put a replay up. So most people don't even know it, but sometime on Tuesdays, that's a replay. But like tonight, we're live, and I started at 6 p.m., and it's 8:35. So that means 2 hours and 35 minutes that I've dedicated to making sure that you guys understand that you can house the homeless, the displaced, the elderly adult, the military veteran, or anybody that has a guaranteed income. And we're going to do this in a shared living environment. And we're also going to do this now in mobile home parks. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown tonight. Thank you for the ability to give what you gave me. Father God, again, by your Holy Spirit, bring all of this information back to their remembrance. Because God, again, we want to do your will. We want to be involved in real estate, and we want to help people. And God, that's your will. We didn't make this up. So God, I thank you that you're so genius that you allow us to be blessed by simply just answering the call of what you asked us to do, which is take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. So Father God, tonight, release every resource to these people. God, you did it for me, and you're no respecter of person. So God, release every resource that you want them to have. I release real estate unto them now and relationship. Because God, we notice now that relationship is most important. So right now, God, before these people even meet the people they'll talk to, God, go before them and make the crooked road straight. And allow that when they start speaking about what they do in terms of their program and being affordable housing, God, let the people agree with it and want to work with them. So again, the devil is under y'all feet tonight and has no business and has no place in your business, your life, or your family. And you guys will succeed in the name of Jesus. There is nothing that's wrong with any of you. You are all here from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And you will do what God has asked you to do, which is help people, be involved in your community, and create generational wealth through real estate so that you can also build the kingdom of heaven. Because God, no matter what we pray and what order we praise in, we always want to please you first. We want to help people. And God, we want our community to be behind us while we're doing it. But God, we also want to make enough money to build the kingdom and feed our family. Because God, you said in your words, if a man don't work, he don't eat. And faith without works is dead. So God, we push our faith out tonight. And again, God, give us the mind of Christ and an able body to do what you called us to do. We are healed tonight. There is nothing wrong with anybody that's under the sound of my voice. We are all prospering, and the year 2025 will be the best year ever. We receive that. God, we appreciate that, and we give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. And don't forget, in the new year, everything goes to 7 p.m. So every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the new year. And then Saturdays will continue to be at Saturday at 10 a.m. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. Y'all be good. Tell somebody about this model. Share our page. And again, if you haven't scanned that code, that's all we ask of you guys, to just say thank you for sharing information. Give us a 5-star Google review, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be great. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know, there are 4 different ways to get into what we do. The first way is absolutely free by joining us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday right here on our YouTube channel. Monday and Tuesdays are at 6 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays are at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's the free way. The next way is our ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is our one-on-one coaching, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute, but that's our hand-holding coaching, as we would call it. We walk you step by step, and it's called the ILF Mastery Blueprint. The next version of how to get into what we do is called the ILF Accelerator. That's a 6-month program for people that may not need the one-on-one coaching for an extended amount of time. And then the very last one is called our do-it-yourself version, where we give you all the material, all the content, and everything that you need to get started. And you can do it at your own pace. And it's called our do-it-yourself version.
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for a Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information, but just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's it. Also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information, but let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available.
Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license? Because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless.
Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.